Top of Saturday morning to the Barbershop family. It is our free agency weekend. We gonna talk about it. I've been getting to a lot of different things back and forth. Today we got a very fun exercise. I was up late last night knocking out mock drafts, and I thought to myself, we was gonna do this on Wednesday. I said, let's get into something where we can actually start to talk about how we going to go over these players. Shout out to everybody who came in for our second look at receiver. That was one of the most enjoyable blogs I didn't have with Tyvis. And if you're a member and you haven't checked that out, make sure you go check the second look wide receiver blog. We've been going over our receiver series where we take a look at the top 10 receivers. What we did is we refreshed that, ran that all the way back, me and Tyvis, and we brought 10 new receivers in. Guys we may have, had a second look at, guys we want to go and make sure that, hey, listen, we like you, but let's go see if we missed anybody. And we got a bunch of receivers that you guys need to be understood about so you guys can get formulated. And there were some receivers who I thought was better in the second batch than the first batch. So don't take my word for it. Have the people who saw it. I thought it was a really good blog, entertaining. And if you are a member and haven't gone and checked that out, it's in the members only tab. Make sure you get that. Make sure you get that. So we did that, and I was supposed to do this approach on Wednesday on our Barbershop After Dark, but you had to get to the Kyler Murray stuff. And then this weekend, now you're going to start hearing a lot about the people, the quarterbacks, what we're doing in free agency. So we got a lot to talk about. I'm going to do the mock draft with you guys live. I got a couple of scenarios that I ran over, and I'm going to kind of use those scenarios that I've already done to kind of show you what the mock draft is and kind of show you what I was thinking about and some of the things that opportunities that you have in the draft. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to make sure that there's might be a bunch of scenarios that may be in play for the Cleveland Browns. Because like I said, on UCSS, I have no clue what they're going to do. I mean, there's a lot of different ways they can go about it. And especially with free agency, if you do a good job in free agency, what you can basically do is it gives you an opportunity. You can bet your best available. You can do a lot of different things. So we're going to be talking about the draft. We're going to be really heavy in getting this mock draft. We'll see that live. But before we get to any of that, we got to keep the score. G. Bush, a.k.a. the scorekeeper. We got to adjust the board. Because one thing that we can't do this. One thing we can't do, and we're not going to do, is there's a lot of this going on. At the beginning of the year, at the beginning of this process, there were a lot of people who were completely, wildly wrong on everything that had to do with anybody playing. Not just that they were wrong on, Kevin Stefanski or the quarterback play, but they were wrong at a high rate on things that if you was actually paying attention, you would understand that why would you even suggest those things? Why would you even be in the mix? Why would you even suggest that player was a good player or good or viable for the Cleveland Browns? And not only have they not been just missing this last week, the scorekeeper, G. Bush, is adjusting the board. I looked around. I looked at the score and was like, hold on, you down 1,000-2. People went on a 65-0 run on you before halftime. And the scary part about it is they ain't been right in well over a year. Well, we're going to talk about that before we get into anything. We got to adjust the score. No, you can't hide from this. Can't hide from it. We're going to adjust the score. Then we're going to move forward. But in order to learn from your mistakes, you first have to point them out. We do that right here on the greatest show, Saturday morning show. It's better than Saturday morning cartoons, grits and eggs when your grandma is cooking, or that bowl of cereal in the fall when the new Saturday morning cartoons come out. It's G. Bush in the Barbershop. Yep. Come on in. Shout out to everybody. This vest is available right here. This is the new Barbershop Columbia vest. Let me take this down. You see that? You see how that sits up nice? You can pair this. This is a golfing shirt. You pair this up on a weekend. This is my Costco shirt. When I'm getting ready to go to the mall, I'm going to Sam's Club in this, walking around comfortable. It's light, durable, but at the same time, keep you warm. This is available if you want it. It's right over there. We do it big, right on bushlinebeauty.com. Don't forget, coming up on the show, Barbershop Super Chat of the Day. We make sure that we show appreciation. The best Super Chat. I don't pick it, Rosie does. We will send you out this beautiful Nike Barbershop t-shirt. Now, I am correct, Rosie. All shirts have gone out, correct? All shirts have gone out. So if you've won this, make sure you're watching. If you have not sent me your address and you've won the Super Chatter today, please do so at Fifth Dimension Media 1 at gmail.com, Fifth Dimension Media 1 at gmail.com. Send me your information, correspond, and we will get that out to you. And that is the Super Chat of the day. And I'm the only person that's giving. First and foremost, you say what you want, bro. Come on now. Who's doing this? Who just randomly just like, yeah, listen, we're running this thing like a great operation. This is a business. We out here giving free t-shirts away. We giving customer appreciation, fan appreciation. We doing it all, man. We do it here, all on the barbershop. But let's get to it. Let's keep these score. Now, let's get something straight right here. We have to set something up. Now, we keep talking about the anybody but the Shedeur train. And we've been doing a great job of doing that. But now it's time for me to set up, because people all last week and the last 2 weeks started moving around telling you that, oh, you know what? They about to go after so-and-so. Oh, 2 weeks ago was Malik Willis. And I find it funny that the only person, let me just keep it real. The only person in the game who has never even entertained Malik Willis is yours truly. I didn't entertain. I didn't say, oh, well, that might be a good move. As a matter of fact, I stood on business and told y'all he ain't even that good. And he ain't played no games. Everybody, well, I think if they wanted the best chance if I believe that they want to have the best chance, and if you really want to think about what the chance, I told you they wasn't going after no Malik Willis. I told you. Exhibit A. Daniel Oifusi says, he shed some light on why the Browns opted to pass on free agent Malik Willis. Well, you didn't have to look. You guys didn't have to wait for this anywhere else. For a bunch of people that swear up and down that they be locked in, sourced up, know everything they talking about, and they be trying to sound great. Y'all batting 155. We over here batting 1,000 on the barbershop. We told y'all from Jump Street this wasn't. We told y'all from Jump Street this wasn't popping off. Daniel Oyefusi says, General Manager Andrew Berry said Cleveland will look into quarterback market, and the new head coach, Cobb Munkett, hasn't committed to any of the three quarterbacks as he inherited. Munkett would value the mobility that Willis provides, but the Browns are expected to invest significant resources this season into the offensive line. Oh, no, this ain't Daniel. I like him. He's a right down the middle in terms of. Matter of fact, you ain't never heard me say nothing about Daniel Oyefusi at all. You know why? He just does his journalism thing. He does his 1-2. He strikes me as a dude. He wants no part of this game. He's like, I'm gonna just tell her how it is and keep it pushing. He ain't making nothing up. He ain't making none of that. We ain't doing none of that. So he goes on to say, to do that, they will free enough cap space for free agency, but between Deshaun Watson's $46 million salary needs elsewhere and Willis' slim resume, the Browns might not have the appetite for Willis's salary demands. I think at this time, I really at this time, I really think, and I don't do this just to do it, but we actually show you the difference between metaphors and real rap. Grown man bars is something you're gonna have to deal with. No matter how many fabricated lines you spit, it ain't gonna equal up to this real-ish. Shout out to my man T-Rex. Goods talks about grown man bars. You say, what does that mean, G. Bush? Well, look, you guys, somebody has to point it out. Right now, it's disrespectful. It's nasty work. You can't just flood the market. This look like the tabloids. This look like them old school tabloids where they be like, yeah, the aliens are coming back. Everybody else is about to, they join in a convent and the aliens is coming back tomorrow. Then the aliens don't come back. They say, oh, the aliens is coming back to take us up all in the spaceship in 2 years. And then the aliens don't come back in 2 years. You always selling, you can always sell something to some new suckers. You always could. It's always one person just waiting to hear it. But what we got to do is we got to point it out so that when it continues to talk about. To when you, Young Among, 7618, y'all early on the super chat. G. Bush, how do you feel about the clip where Jerry Jeudy training together this offseason? Also, the Jags are shopping Brian Thomas. We should trade the 24th and grab a left tackle with the 6. You guys, you know good and well. I prepare myself. You might actually see some of this later on in the show, my good brother. Just a little foreshadow. So you knew you wasn't getting no Malik Willis. This is the corny part about it. I told you, and we've been telling you for weeks and months, you don't have the money. You're not getting that off. He ain't played no games. But you want to argue with little old G. Bush on every platform. You want to do 3-hour radio shows about stuff that's not even happening. And I told you here first on the Barbershop. I said, y'all might want to stop paying attention to that. Because these folks is out here just, listen, they baiting you right now. Ain't no way you can get that off. So that's one person that bites the dust. Stop it. Malik Willis. And then they want to argue, I just think Malik is. No, it ain't never about whether they like Malik Willis. It was just a juxtaposition to the quarterback that they didn't like here. And he's a foil. I told you. Speaking of, let's talk about what I just continued to tell you. Let's keep it pushing. The scorekeeper. The scorekeeper himself. Zach Jackson reports the Browns can't afford to cut Deshaun Watson's fully guaranteed contract, so Watson will be on the team in 2026. Let me put it back. Who was the dude who told you this 7 months ago? 7. Put one in the air for the scorekeeper. Who told you that 7 months ago? You actually didn't even have to wait till March to hear that. You could have just listened to G. Bush. See, but I get it. I know. I dress too nice to be paid attention to. Wear too much flashy jewelry. I don't say enough jargon and buzz phrases. The Browns want to win the most games. They give you the best. I don't say none of that. Sometimes I use analogies. Sometimes I can be a charismatic speaker. So what happens is they diminish you. They diminish you. Oh, you can't really be plugged in. You can't understand the minutia of it. And you're just doing, see, that's what happens sometimes. Just because I dress fly don't mean that I'm a stooge. Just because I'm out here in these suits and I'm out here looking crazy and I got jewelry on and I got a watch on, don't mean. We've been saying this for 6 to 8 months. We gave you the timesheets. We gave you the crystal ball. We looked into the crystal ball over here 6 months. And we've been telling everybody that was available to listen, you don't got no money. Why do you always got to see it? You guys are all, the Bible talks about people always learning, but never coming into the knowledge of something. Let that sink in. You always learning, but you never quite understand what you were supposed to, the lesson that you was getting out of it. And then the next time you go through a situation, instead of you pulling from what you used to do and what you just went through and learning from it, you know what you do? You say, oh, well, let's do Malik Willis, but Deshaun Watson has to go. You knew good and well you couldn't cut him to start with. One of my greatest analogies is, hey, your mom keep coming around. She say, all right, let's get some food to eat. She tell you can pick anything you want. You go to the store. You like, I want spaghetti. All right. She done got all of the ingredients for the spaghetti. She start boiling the water. She put the noodles in. She grounded up the ground beef, got the Parmesan cheese ready to go. And you come down, dinner about 20 minutes from being done. All of a sudden, you walk into the kitchen and say, well, you know what? I changed my mind. I don't even want no spaghetti right now. I want burgers. She gonna turn around and look at you like, you might get slapped. You must be confused. This is not a democracy. I gave you the courtesy of letting you call out what you wanted to call. Courtesy. And I gave you that spaghetti. Boy, you gonna eat that spaghetti. You're gonna find out if that spaghetti is good. You know why? Because you already done picked it. We ain't going back to the store. I'm not firing no other stove up. We not about to do none of that. We not doing it. We not firing none of that up. This is the same thing with the Cleveland Browns. You picked Deshaun Watson. He got injured. He hasn't played that well. You don't just get to show up and say, delete his contract and get him off the books. That shows me a lot about your temperament. Come on, bro. That's not mature. That's not a mature take. I just want him to be gone. Who says I just want him to be gone? Yeah, you got a car, right? Let's continue down. You bought a car. The engine mess up. Can you take that car, that brand new car, back to the dealership that's out of warranty and tell them, take the car back? Why? It messed up. Because I still got to make this car payment. No. What you're going to do is you're going to still make that car payment and you about to pay that monthly fee. You know why? Because grown man bars is something you going to have to deal with. Deshaun Watson's money is on the books. They need to refinance that man's money in order to even put people on the football field. Come on now. But then you could have just listened. You could have just listened to the scorekeeper. You're down 2-0 now. You're down 2-0. These guys crack me up. Huh. Just get rid of Watson. You know good and well you can't afford to get rid of him. That was your animus talking. See, always remember, when somebody says he just has to go, says who? You? They should just get rid of him. Says who? You? I ain't getting rid of nothing. Hey, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. But this is business. And in business, you keep your feelings out of the business. Deshaun Watson ain't hurt nobody. Shedeur Sanders like him. All the players like him. They ain't got. Is he running around shoving people down on the playground? What's wrong with him? The last two allegations he just got dropped. The man then got married, turned his life over, And you ain't seen him and heard from him in weeks. You know why? Because he's still cashing them checks, living his best life. People in the building. Them people in the building been gone. Just start saying Kevin. People in the building. Just start saying Kevin. Because the people in the building that are there now do not mess with y'all. Oh, well, see. Oh, I told you, Rosie, not to put these dark shades on today. You see how we transformed? We was right on track to be doing nice this morning. And here you go with the people in the building talk, G. Bush. I apologize. Let's go. Let's go. 2-0, scorekeeper. Let's keep it pushing. Oh, let me watch this. What other? No, we ain't gonna get to that. We ain't gonna get to that yet. What other one is it? Let's talk about this. The Arizona Cardinals released quarterback Kyler Murray, and the Browns could be one of the teams that pursue him. Murray is a former first overall pick who struggled in Arizona. Due to Murray being released, he'll sign for a league minimum, and he's still going to get paid by the Cardinals. So several teams should be after him. However, Murray will be looking for a starting job, and the Browns, NFL insider Zach Jackson says of The Athletic, Cleveland won't pursue the former first overall pick. Didn't I tell you this how many weeks ago? As a matter of fact, they woke me up on UCSS out of a slumber. I believe it was Wednesday or Thursday. G. Bush, you on air. Tell us about Kyler Murray. Do you want Kyler Murray? I woke up, wiped the sleep out of my eyes, and told him, I ain't no Kyler Murray fan. He's undersized. All this. What you talking about? Kyler Murray. Well, you can get 9-10 wins from Kyler Murray. He gives you the best opportunity. Oh, he does? Where was them 9 or 10 wins for the Cardinals? Where was all them 9 and 10 wins? By the way, they cut him. They cut him to go. They cut him. They cut him and moved him on up out of here. First of all, I might not have enough haters no more. I need the haters to show up somewhere. For all the people that been on my list, people, G. Bush, you're just absurd. There has not been a person in the game who has debunked college football quarterbacks, cap cut moves, front office GM moves, quarterback on the roster this year, potential free. Every single turn, I kept telling you, this is what it is. I need to hear from the haters today. Please be in the comment section, because I really want to know, did I just stumble into this stuff, or do I might actually kind of think that we know what we're talking about? All right, that's what's up. Or are you just going to continue to wait till somebody else that you kind of trust and respect say it after the fact? I'm like the candy, now and later. You either mess with me now or you got to hear the score later. 3-0, scorekeeper. The Browns are at least exploring their quarterback option, Jackson wrote, and they're probably they're value shopping, which makes Murray a potential target, given that he's going to play somewhere close to minimum contract in 2026. However, on UCSS, I told you just yesterday, these are two-way streets. Not only do the Browns have to be interested, the candidate has to be interested. From my perspective, I don't care if he was interested. I wasn't interested, given his track record, injury record, and what he wants to do. He wants to be a starter. Murray is probably looking for a clear-cut starting role as he tries to revive his career, right? And other spots might offer better supporting cast, more defined role at the early stage of this offseason. The Browns have a development option in Shedeur Sanders, a last resort option in Deshaun Watson, and several different ways to reset the situation might depend on what Todd Monken thinks. And Monken is keeping true to his thoughts and evaluations to himself. Well, I would say that Monken isn't doing a really good job of keeping his evaluations to himself. I think you guys are just doing a poor job of actually listening to what he's saying. It's a difference. It's a difference between him not saying much or you not listening. It's also a difference between what you want it to happen and based on what he continues to tell you. And, you know, we can, like, this isn't good radio. This isn't good television. I find it funny. We'll get to it. The players, coaches, they keep coming out telling you something. But every time they tell you something, it's a lie. Well, you know what we call that in real life? Denial. That's what we call that. It isn't, that isn't smart. You just putting your head in the sand. I don't believe it. Again, I said it on Wednesday night. You're not going to have a conversation with anybody about a quarterback situation unless they can come to the conclusion of a few things. And one of the things that they got to come to the conclusion is maybe the players and coaches are saying how they feel. And if the coach says, I like the fact that Shedeur is a playmaker, an elite playmaker, he could have downplayed it. See, language, I study language. I study communications. I got a communication degree. No words are minced. No words, those are intentional. If he just kind of wanted to play the middle role, you know what he could have said? I think Shedeur has some playmaking ability. He didn't have to say elite. When he talks about mobility, he was with Lamar Jackson. The first thing he said about Shedeur is an underrated mobile guy. I mean, he got some sneaky mobility. Yeah. You keep telling me what they think or what you think that they might think. In my head, they may think, stop. That's 3-0. You knew good and well you wasn't getting no Kyler Murray. You wasn't getting Kyler Murray. And somebody even pointed it out. Somebody did a great job of pointing this out. If this is such a bad spot, if this is such a terrible team, the worst quarterback room, you don't like the owner, you're talking about how he's incompetent. You're always talking about how there's roster and everything ain't good. Nobody want to come here. It's a bottom 5 job. So why every quarterback that you mention, every quarterback get released, every quarterback that's open, any person that's available, you, the first person, say, I'm going to project them to go to the Browns. Well, I thought it was so terrible here. Why would they want to come here too? Oh, you're projecting again. Oh, wow. It's not what you think the Browns think, because you don't think very highly of the Browns. Let's be clear. You don't think very highly of the Browns. Actually, you don't have a rooting interest for the Browns. If the Browns are good, you're okay with capitalizing off of the movement. If the Browns are good, you're okay with, making money off of them. But if the Browns are bad or terrible or do things you don't like, you got all the free reign to trash them. That's the way it works. And a lot of times, you just come in here throwing stuff at this wall. This guy, this guy, and it continues on. 3-0 if you're keeping score at home. 3-0. I don't know why you missed it. You're not getting Malik Willis. Boom. You knew Deshaun Watson was going to be on the roster. You can't cut him. Told you that. Boom. Oh, by the way, the third, Kyler Murray. Come on now. Get out of here. The Anthony Richardson thing was so laughable. His game was so terrible I didn't even have to dig up no information on him. The Browns just skimmed right over that. We don't even got to debunk that. Anthony Richardson is self-checked. Moving right along. 4-0. Anthony Richardson commentary was a landslide. Let's continue to talk. So now we wake up this morning. Now we wake up this morning. Free agency is upon us. And we get more of the same. More of the same. Now, the flavor of the day, and I was gonna let you chill. See, I'm a dude. I was gonna let you breathe. Everybody got an opinion, but this is nasty work. Unacceptable. Unacceptable that they tried to pull this. Now, if you want to talk about Kyler Murray, we could talk about it. If you want to talk about Deshaun Watson contract, we can talk about it. If you want to talk about Anthony Richardson and him going for a 6th-round pick, the Baskin-Robbins flavor today, 31 flavors of quarterback, has now been brought to Geno Smith. The same Geno Smith that got benched for the other garbage quarterback and Kenny Pickett, who we jettisoned for free. The same Geno Smith that we played head-to-head and looked like one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. We smoked him. It was Shedeur Sanders' first win as a starter. Remember that? Yeah, it was the same exact game you told us if he didn't play well that game, he was never going to play for another team. Remember that? And he rolls out and throws a no-look behind the back, up, top, down, south, ball. And Myles Garrett goes, oh, my God, we ain't seen Geno Smith? The same dude who's getting jettisoned for Fernando Mendoza? You know you're not. You just scorekeep. You're not getting away with this one. Stop.
Is what I like even more about the Geno Smith than the Kyler thing is, I think if you sign Kyler, to me, the question's answered. Kyler's your starting quarterback, and the only way Shedeur sees the field next year is injury.
What? What? First and foremost, you said that with your chest so tough, as if you even thought Kyler Murray was coming here. You're already down 4-0. And you know what the 21 rule is. You ain't got no time to be getting better on the sticks. We might have to get you up out of here. You done dipped down to Geno Smith. Geno Smith's face in his video looked like he ain't going nowhere. Like, that y'all tripped on me. I show as heck. Oh, yeah. Y'all already got.
Here's what I ultimately do think is what I like even more about the Geno Smith than the Kyler thing is, I think if you sign Kyler, to me, the question's answered. Kyler's your starting quarterback, and the only way Shedeur sees the field next year is injury. I think Geno versus Shedeur allows me a chance to get Shedeur real competition, and it protects me from two things. Shedeur just not having anything, and the coaching staff seeing that in OTAs.
Right.
And ever seeing Deshaun Watson ever again. Like,
100%.
I don't know you could thread the needle so perfectly because I would trust Geno Smith to start a full season here if we had to.
And Geno falls into that bucket of players that would actually come here. Because I don't think he's going to.
So he's so bad. He's actually a player we can get. You know, he's so trash that he plays so trash for the team that's going to draft #1 overall. Guys, I couldn't even save you on this one. I couldn't even save you. I couldn't even save you. What are you talking about? Geno Smith, the same Geno Smith that we went into Las Vegas and smoked, the same Geno Smith that is about to be jettisoned for Mendoza, the same Geno Smith who lost his starting job to Kenny Pickett. I will be damned if I see Geno Atkins, Geno's Pizza Rolls, Geno Smith nowhere in a jersey, nowhere. He is not good. He is not good, boys and girls. We know that. The problem you got is this. You would rather see Geno Smith so you don't have to see Deshaun Watson. Boy, I keep trying to tell y'all, what are you doing? This is what happens when the media tells you something for so long. They put you in line. They've told you Deshaun Watson is bad. Let's be clear. Deshaun Watson is bad. Deshaun Watson is better than Geno Smith any day and twice on Sunday. But they done beat you over the head and said it's a no-no. You better not. Those allegations, it's a no-no. You better. You bored, guys. You right. Amber Love, they bored. They need some material for real. Come on now. Come on now. We can't even save you on that.
They have interest from the other guys. Like the Vikings have no interest in him.
The Jets aren't going to bring him back.
Jets aren't going to do that.
So why would you? Why a team that's worse than you has no interest in a garbage quarterback, but you somehow have interest in said garbage quarterback? Look, man, I'm gonna just keep it real. Let me just tell y'all something. I can't do it. This is the reason why, as a football player, I delineate between people that know the game, play the game, and do it. I have no disrespect to anybody that done it. But there is something inside of me, inside of my moral compass when it comes to football that will not allow me to say things that I don't believe are true for any type of monetary gain, clicks, or even be controversial. I'm never going to be in the studio and take the opposite side of a case just so we can get it up, just so we can go back and forth. I'm not doing it. I would rather have 6.5 clicks. If you just didn't want to watch the blog today, we'll find something else to talk about. I'll talk about free agent linemen and receivers, but I'm not going to be talking about Geno's Pizza Rolls. Give me the supreme Geno's Pizza Rolls over the quarterback, Geno Smith. Come on now.
The teams that would, and then to be fair to Geno probably looks at Shedeur Sanders and says, I can win that battle. And so, if that's how
he didn't win that battle head-to-head when we was playing with no-name gangsters. How would he look at him and winning the battle? I just saw him beat him head-to-head. What you talking about? What you talking about, bro? Matter of fact, Shedeur is looking at Geno Smith like that's a layup. Geno Smith? He looking at him like he can get him. Stop. Come on now. Come on now.
He has to think in order to get in here, then fine. Come in here and go try to win a battle. That's what.
My thing is, what happened to Dylan? Dylan ain't no competition. Y'all told us he was. 5-0. You had 5-0. And we're not talking about 50 Cent. I should make it 6-0 because you told us last year that Dylan Gabriel had a higher upside until we actually saw it. So now you were so wrong about that. You want Dylan Gabriel traded. I thought he was competition. Wasn't he the dude that started first last year? Why don't we believe in him no more? Oh, so you really didn't believe. You lost that one too, 6-0. If you got to go get 7 other quarterbacks to give a competition, that denotes that the guy that's on your roster right now, and Dylan Gabriel that went in the 3rd round and Kevin Stefanski handpicked, you believe he's no competition. So again, we knew Shedeur was better all along. I'm waiting for it. 6-0. 6-0, scorekeeper.
This should be all about. But yes, there's a parachute attached to if you throw Shedeur out there and it's not going great, you have Geno.
How are you going to say you throw Shedeur out there and it's not going great? What the hell did you watch this all last year? Did he win more games than the guys you played before him? Sure did. Did he win more games than Joe Flacco? Did he win more games than DTR? Did he win more games than Kenny Pickett? Did he throw for 365 yards in a game and his dumb coach took him out of the football game to tie the game? Guys, the scorekeeper's not going to let you forget that. What are you talking about? How do you talk yourself and regress yourself all the way back down 3 months later as if you just didn't watch what we watched? If he goes out there and just doesn't do anything. And the furthest thing in the truth is, how are you guys advocating any of this? And the new head coach has not even seen these guys on a field. How can you make an evaluation of somebody and just hedge your bet? How are you hedging a bet when he has not even been out there to even perform, learn the playbook? What are you talking about? This is why I keep saying this football stuff has become imaginary cops and robbers. It's Indians and cowboys. It's toy soldiers. What are you talking about, bro? You can't make an evaluation before you on the field. You sitting there talking about it'll stop me from it just in case he falls on his what?
Back of him, and there's a lot to like about this. There's no denying that. But I wouldn't do the same thing I do with Kyler, where I'd say you're the starter out of the rip.
100%.
That does not happen for him. It happens for Kyler. It doesn't happen.
It don't happen to Kyler because Kyler is not coming. 7-0. Boy. Man, it got to be slow around here, ain't it? It's slow. It is slow. It's slow around here. But don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. I'm just going to give you, like I always do every Saturday, 1,700 people wherever you at. We need you to hit the like button. It's free. Where the haters at? I need the haters to comment. Because you may not like what I said, but what about what I just said has been factually incorrect? None. Let's keep score. Now, watch how this works. Now, I know I'm in the local media. Sometimes you need to tell somebody need to come in and tell you you're delusional and you're out of pocket. And what are you talking about? You need to tell them. It's funny how people will clam on up. They start to be rational. They start to understand when the dudes that you feel like is coming from the national perspective come on and tell you the same thing. Then it's like, well, maybe we were wrong in that one. When all you had to do is just pull up on Saturdays and G. Bush. He'd tell you everything. But then again, you know that. Everybody got to make a living, right? I ain't begrudging you. But at least what you can do it in a more creative way, though. You can do it in a more creative way. I'm just saying. Now watch how somebody comes up and they're like, guys, I hate to break it to you, but it ain't happening.
The Browns might have to stand pat at quarterback. And I think that they probably...
What you say? You said what? Hold on.
I think the Browns might have to stand pat at quarterback. And I think that they probably should want to. I mean, especially...
What? Oh. So, at the beginning of the offseason, when they said, G. Bush, I said, bro, they ain't getting no quarterback like that. Come on, you're crazy. There's no way that the Browns are leaving this quarterback room as is. There's no way they're going to make a move. They're going to bring in a guy. They're going to bring somebody in. Somebody's going to come to compete. Somebody, anybody. Please be anybody. Please be anybody. Please some save us. Oh, my goodness. I cannot believe he's still here. Oh, my goodness. What you say now? I ain't gonna stop you no more.
I think the Browns might have to stand pat at quarterback. And I think that they probably should want to. I mean, especially if, they are intrigued by one of these quarterbacks that's coming out in the draft, because you don't have to draft a guy at, in the top 10 where the Browns are. You can maybe use the later first-round pick to draft a Ty Simpson if you really want to. I don't know that I would necessarily do that. But also,
you see how creative he did that? See, if he wanted to really have some engagement, he said, if you talk yourself into Ty Simpson, I'm not saying I would really want to do that. See, this is how you do it. We ain't getting Ty Simpson either. I told you that too. But we'll just wait because we'll wait a little bit for that. We're going to wait till Ty Simpson conversation come up because that's what they're going to get to, right? That's coming too. He's moving up draft boards. Continue.
You look in the second round and the third round, the Garrett Nussmeyers of the world, the Drew Allers of the world. If you really like one.
Guess what? Who was the first person to tell you that? There is nobody in the game. Not one. There has not. Matter of fact, Cosell just comes out and says, hey, Mendoza, he ain't a playmaker like that. He run RPOs. Who been telling you that's his downfall for 6 months? Who told you weeks ago? Last year, we started college football season with Arch Manning on the cover, and I told you, y'all done lost y'all's mind. Cade Klubnik, you done tripped. Drew Aller ain't never been good. Garrett Nussmeier, stop it. I told you that week after week after week. And then when they thought Dante Moore was showing up, they had to shut up with that too. But I'm not going to take credit for that. I probably should, though.
Of them, then that's who you, and they're available, then yeah, that might make more sense to get one of those guys there. But from a veteran, because like you have Deshaun Watson, you have Shedeur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, I don't necessarily think is going to be a factor in quarterback competition based on what we saw last year. But, you have enough QBs that you don't need to go out and get a veteran just to get a veteran. I don't think that it behooves you very much to do something like that.
I'm going to get a veteran just to get one. Geno Smith screams veteran just to get one. Man. I hope it work out for you. Hope it work out for you, bro. But one thing the scorekeeper is going to tell you. I'm going to just put it out to everybody. Just give you this real quick. Just throw this out to you. I'm going to need people. Shedeur Sanders is going to have to come out and play. He's going to have to play well. And he's going to get an opportunity to play. What he does on the field, you'll evaluate. But in terms of this process, from the time he stepped here to the time we are today, it is unquestionable. I have told you at every turn what it looks like, and it's been that. Under no circumstances will we talk about credibility and resumes. When it comes to the resume, not saying that I'm infallible, not saying that I can't have it wrong. We all get it wrong. But when it comes to this media thing, it is unquestioned. The heavyweight champion in the world, the scorekeeper himself, is 10, 13, 16, and 0. From Kevin, from core college dudes, to what they gonna do, to I told you Andrew Berry was staying. Under no circumstances will my credibility actually be brought into question. If I think that you question my credibility, if I think you even trying to move in a way where you trying to insinuate that I'm not know what I'm talking about and I'm moving a certain way because I want views, let me just tell you something. It's gonna be a long couple of weeks. I need y'all to chill out. Just let you know, I gave everybody fair warning. If my track record has been this spectacular, there will be no G. Bush questioning. I better not even hear you say you think where's G. Bush's sources. We don't have a problem. We might have to do blogs every week. Don't be the next to get put on that Summer Jam stream. Because you know what? Do you know who? Let's keep that between me and you. Rockefeller is the Army, weather the Navy. Hey, listen, I'm sorry. All that, listen, let me just keep it real. All that laughing, all the like, yeah, G. Bush be saying, listen, don't play. Oh, I'm a nice guy. I want everybody to eat. I want to see everybody be gainfully employed. We're not going to play that no more. The sheet of integrity has been here. I've shown you what my track record is. What is everybody else's? I can miss the next 5 times, and I'm still up by 20. We just letting you know. We just getting started. I told you. We came alive in 25. And 26, we ain't going to miss. We ain't missed yet. Landslide. Zip them up. Hey, let's go. Let's talk about this. I have to watch myself. When I start saying too many inflammatory things, my wife looks at me. She looks. You be cool over there. Babe, I was just joking. I wasn't even gonna do that. Gotta have a spotter, right? Gotta have a spotter. Let's get to this. Nope, we ain't gonna get to the mock draft yet. Get ready for the mock draft. We're gonna have a little fun. We're gonna have a little fun at the end. Get ready for the mock draft. I think this is gonna go very well. Y'all ready? We're gonna pick some players up. The players keep telling you what the deal is. They keep letting you know what it is. Now, the funny thing about this scenario is, I said on Wednesday night, I said, you're not going to be able to have a conversation with anybody about quarterback, about what's going on in this team, until you can get one or two things straight. One of two things straight. First of all, there is an undertow of a lack of respect for Andrew Berry. Oh, good gracious. Oh, boy, G. Boy. See, what you thought, Amber Love, Coach Prime would be, what Amber Love say? Coach Prime is too real for the barbershop? Now, here's what we would do. I'm going to just tell you that. Coach Prime would keep it too real for the barbershop. Oh, no, we're not even going to do that. You know what we're going to do? I already got my bags packed. We're going out to Colorado. He ain't got to come to the barbershop. Oh, no. We do that. We pulling up in Colorado. I ain't got the Louis. I ain't got the Louis yet. But we ain't got the Louis, but I got some luggage. And it's good quality, too. Carry-on case. I got it from Amazon. Put that thing together. It ain't Go Yard. It's Go Start. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it looked like it's the same print as the Go Yard. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Me, Rosie, we ready to go. We got the film team. So when we go, we already got the videographer team. We go. Listen. I've been installing my own well-off media. I got my plane tickets booked. All we got to do is get the go ahead. And I'm yo. See, we mobile. See, we reinvest over here. He ain't even got to move. He stay right over there. Stay right over there. I want to look at the facility. I want to walk around. Shiloh, I'm going to go down. I'm going to go when they got a family reunion out there. Shiloh will be there. Bucky, all of them. I want to see, listen, the little grandbaby. I'm trying to pull up. They're like, G. Bush, here's in the butt. No, the barbershops carry clippers come in a duffel bag too. All you need is electricity. You can get lined up anywhere. Yeah, I got 3 dudes on speed dial. The videographers with the glossy cameras. Yeah, we just ready. And beloved, okay, yeah, we ready to go. We ready to go. Let's talk about this. The players keep telling you what they're going to do. They keep trying to let you know what they're doing. Remember when I dropped a little gem for y'all earlier? Remember when we dropped this into existence? I said, if everybody was in a real quarterback competition, the quarterback competition is about leadership. It's about who people believe in. It's about who people trust. It's about who people speak. The mouth speaks what's in your heart. You can't be a person talk about, oh, I love, but you always hating. I'm a lover. I'm a good person. But why you don't speak nothing? You don't speak. Everything you speaking is negativity. Life and death is the power of the tongue. When I was growing up, my dad always told me, before any big game, he talks about he's big into visualization. He said, man, write it down. Take the picture. Write the vision down. Because when you write the vision down, your actions line up with what you're saying. Your actions go line up with what you think. And to think, you got to visualize. You have to see yourself successful. You have to put it in the air and energy and then stand on it. Because after that, all your actions going to lead up to that. So the thing that we look at with the players is just go and look who the players is talking about. Just go look in terms of who the players is communicating with. If you're in a position for quarterback, why has no one done any interviews and no player said nothing about Dylan Gabriel and Deshaun Watson? It's no knock. It's not a knock to them. They will get an opportunity on the field, and if they can play well on the field, that works. But they're not auditioning for a starting role. They're auditioning for supporting cast. The leading role for Iron Man is Robert Downey Jr. Sorry, Terrence Howard. War Machine ain't. You was a supporting cast. You overplayed your hand. It's like, hey, man, get Don Cheadle over here, man. This dude Terrence Howard over here with this crazy little math. Terrence Howard, I don't know. Don't he think he an astrophysicist or something? Yeah. Give me John Cheadle on that. He lost his mind. We about to do 96 Iron Mans. He could have played his role. You know how many Iron Man movies it was? 3 Iron Mans and all the Avengers? You tripped. Be a supporting role. That's what Deshaun Watson doing right now. Listen, I'll be War Machine. Shoot, I only need to be Iron Man. What you talking about? I don't even need to be. Shoot. Go right over here. You need to be. I'll be right over here with War Machine. Watch this. I find this is very funny. Watch how. This is how you know people be trying to. This is how you know people they just swimming. Everybody is, the Titanic done went down. Kevin Stefanski was the Titanic. Now everybody looking for a lifeboat. But the problem is they're looking for a lifeboat in the dark with no flare guns. Some of them too dumb to understand that the ship is going down. They still up there with the band playing. Everybody else in the lifeboat's like, you fool. Marjorie, get in the boat. But they're playing my last song, darling. Darling, but darling, it's such a grand experiment. Look at the great Titanic. It's sinking. All the other people like, man, I got to get up out of here. If there was black folks on there, we'd have been gone. We'd have already understood. Hey, man, I heard from John. Yeah. He was on that old, he was on that little thing, that telegram machine. Yeah, I heard there's 6 icebergs out here, bro. We about to get our little light bulb when we go. Hey, forget this. You know, back in the day, we was always in the kitchen. We was in the kitchen. Hey, listen. Hey, Leroy. Don't even worry about them dishes. We about to be up out of here early. Leroy, leave them right there. Lead them over there. Them folks up there talk about, I just got one of them telegraphs said with this 6 icebergs. Hey, start up the little inflatable. We about to be gone. Y'all up there. This is a beautiful band, is it now? Fools. Let me show you. By the way, if you didn't catch any of that, just go watch Titanic. Just watch. I find it funny. Let me just tell y'all how this works. How this works is this. How they play it is, I'm going to wait and see the tea leaves. I'm going to wait. Mary Kay Cabot of Cleveland.com reveals that the Browns' confidence in Jerry Jeudy in a bounce back year in 2026. I know that they are very comfortable or confident they are going to get the most out of Jerry Jeudy this year. And they really feel like he's going to bounce back and be rehabilitated in this new offense. And that he's going to be okay. Wow, where did that come from? Let me tell you something. That tide is switching. By the time these quarterbacks don't show up, you're going to have every reporter, every beat writer, every local host, and half the national hosts talking about how they always believed and knew Shedeur was him, how he had some things. When they get to the point where they know ain't no other savior coming, when they know it ain't looking good, guess what they're going to do? Double and triple right on back. You know why they're writing these articles, right? Because they see this. You see this? This is why, no, it ain't the fact no. It's the fact that they see Shedeur Sanders putting in work with Jerry Jeudy. See, this is actually what leadership looks like. It isn't they believe, it's Shedeur Sanders grabbing Jerry Jeudy and saying, let's work. Let's put that work in. Let's get it going. Forget what they talking about. Let's get on to that new stuff. Let's cook. We got an opportunity to grow together. It's a new offense. Yeah, that offense was trash last year. Nasty little playbook. Let's get into it. This is the tea leaves. Why ain't Dylan Gabriel got no pictures with nobody working out? Because they ain't got no type of time. They working out with the number 1 quarterback. Why ain't Deshaun Watson working out throwing to these dudes? He worried about rehab. Shout out to Deshaun Watson, by the way. You know why he worried about rehab? Because he already know his role. You think these folks ain't told him what the role gonna be? The players then came out and told you what it was. The coaches told you what it was. You just don't pay attention to it. Denial. This is the reason why they feel that Jerry Jeudy is going to make a comeback, because Shedeur Sanders is putting time, energy, and effort into him. That's why. Because Shedeur Sanders is putting time, work, trying to get to and building that relationship. See, this is the thing that you got to get, man. In football, it's about relationships. And Jerry Jeudy was going back and forth, and they had a little tiff on the sideline. But this is what leadership looks like. Yeah. We forget all that. Yeah, we was arguing back and forth. Hey, come on, let me tell you something, Jerry. Hey, look. They weren't even using you right last year anyway. Nasty little playbook. Kevin didn't know what he was talking about. We got a dude in here. That's gonna we gonna scheme you open, dog. We got a role for you, cuz. We just gotta lock in. Notice. Is Shedeur looking like he done hit some weights too? Y'all let me know if I'm tripping. Shedeur, you look like you trying to get your grown man weight. Is you a little broader up top? Pause. You've been doing some shrugs. Shedeur look like he been putting that weight on. Okay. All right now. But here's the thing. This right here shows you who they haven't come out and said it. What do you got to put it in subtitles or something? Where's Deshaun Watson with this? Huh? Where's the Jerry, Jeudy, and Dylan Gabriel? Here's what y'all got to understand. Any quarterback you bring in, you putting in work and you building right there. They call Jerry Jeudy in the office and they say, who you want to be the quarterback? Who you think you're going to say? Shedeur look, man, listen. Shedeur look like listen. Okay. Let me just keep it going. Maybe I'm tripping. Yeah, pause. My case late, my bad. You know what I'm saying? Aretha Barnes, he been in that weight room. He was talking about sore calves last week. Hey, he been in that weight room, bro. Let's keep it pushing. Maybe it was just me. Amber Love, I couldn't go that aggressive. I can't be really talking about the young man being taller and bigger and all that good stuff. It don't sit well. It's too close to Sunday. Doing all that, I can't. Yeah, Shedeur up there, I can't. Look, come on, man. Maybe Sean could come in and run the wild dog. Nah, bro. Look. That's how he got hurt. Running a quarterback draw. I don't know if I want that. By the way, guess what?
Get up with Shedeur this week coming up. Not this week coming up, but 2 weeks from now.
Hold on. You said what? What you say? Were you getting up with who?
But I'm gonna get up with Shedeur this week coming up. Not this week coming up, but 2 weeks from now, and I'll be throwing in Cleveland with him.
I mean, it sounds like he got an appointment scheduled. It sounds like he not only working with the top dogs and the dudes that got big contracts like Jeudy, but it seems like Corley, he got a schedule for him too. I think it would be productive. See, this is all available. It's a thing called the internet, boys and girls. How come this is available? The player's been telling you. How is it that you missed this? How is it you missed this for the Kyler Murray conversation? I'm confused. You let me know if I'm the only one that has access to any of this, or what'd you say again? Who you going to meet with? He got a whole off-season schedule. Sound like quarterback one to me. Sound like what quarterback number ones do.
But I'm gonna get up with Shedeur this week coming up. Not this week coming up, but 2 weeks from now, and I'll be throwing in Cleveland with him, and hopefully a couple times this offseason get up with Shedeur and throw the ball around and everything.
How's the offseason going?
The offseason is going great. Took a lot of time to myself, just to, reinvigorate and re-energize myself, considering, it's a long season from training camp all the way through the season. And just being able to be around my friends and my family and have the opportunity to see everyone, to be back home and just, feeling fresh and re-energized. And I've been getting back to the work for about 2.5 weeks. And that's going good so far, getting faster, getting stronger, and just working on my game. Yeah, and just trying to take it step by step, because usually in the offseason I feel like I go a little bit too fast, and I'm damn near ready for camp in April, and it's a long journey.
So, like, what are you really trying to focus on coming in from last season to this season? Is there one thing that you're really trying to improve?
Definitely, specifically my release package. I want to just be able to be known as be able to be a Z receiver, be able to play X if needed.
These boys, I'm gonna tie this together. Don't worry, y'all. Todd Monken came in and gave everybody a playbook. Todd Monken came in and told these folks exactly what he wants them to work on, exactly what their trajectory is, where he sees them in the offense, and now it's time to get to it. This is way too specific. Corley was a nice gadget guy. They was running around with end arounds. He pulled him in the office and said, let's take a look at this tape and get it together, Corley. Yeah, we like you. We like your run after catch. We like what you do. You play hard. We like the fact that you came in ready to play. Let me tell you something. We're looking at receivers. And we're looking at receivers in free agency in the draft. And your job is to make our job very difficult about bringing those receivers in here. Your job is to make you look so good. You want to come back in. I want you to know X, Y, Z, all the vowels like it's Wheel of Fortune. Biconsonants, consonants, and all that. We need you to play every position. And we want you to prove to us that you are a competent receiver. Your release got to get better off the line of scrimmage in order to play outside. We're going to need you to be able to get off press man coverage if you want to be one of those receivers. And that is what you're supposed to be working on. This man, Todd Monken, is giving these dudes their marching orders. It is the reason why you don't hear him. We ain't heard Shedeur Sanders doing a bunch of nothing. He looked like he done hit the weights. Hey, Shedeur, we need you to put on a little weight. We want you to be durable because your goal is we want you to play 17 games in 2026. To do that, you got to be smart. We don't want you running around doing a bunch, but we want you to put that weight on, right? I got you, coach. No problem. Corley, hey, you want to play outside? Show us you're going to work on that release package.
And just take that label of me just being our slot receiver away.
What adjustment was it from college to the NFL?
The biggest adjustment was just the consistency level. Staying up with the maintenance of your body, understanding what's required of you. At this point, it's literally your job to play football and be prepared for whatever it takes for that day. So just focusing and locking in the meeting room, which is already something that I've already taken really serious since even just being back in high school. But just the consistency portion, showing up and being the same guy every day.
Shout out to him. Shout out to New Cleveland. Matter of fact, go Dog Pound Tony. Make sure y'all going out to follow Dog Pound Tony. I like that, bro. I like these new dudes, man. Hashtag New Cleveland, bro. I like some of these young dudes putting that energy in, man. I like to hear that. First down Browns. I like to hear that. You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm saying? And here's how I know. Todd Monken met with him. Catch up. Here's how I know Todd Monken done talked to him. Put it together, 2 and 2. Watch what Quinshon Judkins say. Boy, there's a couple things here. I'm not even going to stop this. I'm going to play this in its entirety because he just confirmed what I've been saying my entire existence here. There's been one chief complaint of Kevin Stefanski since he was here. And that is, where's the leadership? Where's the leadership? In order to be a great leader, you need to be able to express yourself and to motivate your troops. That people want to know what you feel about them. One of the things that I always hated when I was growing up, and I don't like bosses like that. I want a boss that I know where I stand. I don't like close to the vest type dudes. Don't have me sitting there. How many? Now let me just give you an example here. I'm gonna give you an example. How many of y'all done ever been at a job, right? And you at a job, you do your job well. Nobody don't say nothing to you. You do your job. You ain't messed up. You on time. You do your stuff. Your reviews is good. Every time you have a connection with your boss or your team lead, everything is cool, cut, dry, no nothing. You get to the end of the year, you look up for the review appraisal, and they come in there and tell you some dumb stuff like, well, we have a couple of things that we would like to address with you. It says here that you were up for a 3.5% raise. However, 3.5% is just the shooting point. Just the shooting point. We don't believe in giving anybody a perfect score because we want room to work towards that. So here we're gonna start you off at a 3. And there was a couple of things. There was a project that you did, and that project, it was very good. However, some people thought that the timing of when it was delivered, it was on time, but we expected it to be a day earlier to give us a chance to submit that. And so we bumped you down a little bit, but instead of 3.5% raise, we're going to give you a 2.75 raise, which is very competitive for the people. Whoa, lady. First and foremost, why is HR sitting here? I already know the game. What is she sitting here for? So you don't slip up and say something stupid? Where's your paper trail? How many did you tell me I needed to submit it early? Well, there was a couple of things, we also wanted you to be more communicative. It wasn't just about that. It was, more about being more engaging. And, we have a lot of outside of work opportunities that, what? Whoa, hold on. What you mean outside of work opportunities? I come to work and do my job. This is a role where it's more about connection building, because we do have clients, and some of those mixer events are there to, what? No. Hold on. So you telling me on my review it says exceptional work, above and beyond. This is what you wrote, but then come time for bonus is I can't get it because 3.5 is something we shooting for. Why is it there? Oh, that's why compliance is over here. You're into figuring out what's that. Oh, that's compliance right there. I hear that loud noise. You hear the noise? Yeah. Where's that at? Yes. Veronica, hold on. Yeah, we got a fire alarm. We got a fire alarm. Give me 2 seconds. We'll get this together. All right, here we go. Wow, that was crazy. We appreciate you, your time and energy and patience. And with that, I had a crazy the alarm just went off. That, these house alarms are crazy, bro. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? But needless to say, we ready to go. Let's continue to move out. Let's continue to push forward. We were in the middle of a scheme, and we were talking about why it is and what's going on with the Cleveland Browns, and in terms of when you talking about it in terms of corporate America. And we started talking about how, the thing that really lacks in a lot of companies is the fact of the communication. And nobody wants to go in to talk to somebody who they believe is a person who just does not have a situation where they have their back. They don't have a situation where people understand what they're here to do. They don't have a person who's going to bat for them or have a real relationship with those individuals, so they can be sitting here being like this. You know what? Listen, we got to figure this out. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing incorrectly here? Why do we not have a relationship? And this is kind of along the circumstances and the things that we talked about with Quinshon Judkins, who had a very eye-opening and revealing situation that happened with Kevin Stefanski. Let's take a look at what Quinshon Judkins talked about with Kevin Stefanski and figure out specifically how things was moving and why this was a problem.
New head coach Todd Monken yet?
Bro, I have. And, bro, honestly, it's not what I thought it would have been.
Well,
when I say that in a good way.
What did you think it was going to be?
He's gonna be
I thought
nerdy?
he was going to be more so because my past coach, bro, he was really even keel, bro, super quiet. I thought I was going to get that from Coach Monken, but it wasn't that. He was a real players coach, bro, give me a hug, all that, bro. So he was just super communicative of what he wanted from the team, what his goal is, what his objective is, what he want to come in and do. And, he knows exactly what he wants, and he has a vision. And I think that's what's important as a head coach, and especially being vocal about it, too. I think that's what matters.
I respect the Seahawks.
Yeah, we're going to play that again for you. Because my problem has always been with Kevin Stefanski this. My problem has always been the fact that Kevin Stefanski has not took time to go out of his way to build the relationships. When people talk about, well, the defense doesn't like Kevin Stefanski, that's a problem. It ain't an offense and the defense thing. It's a whole team thing. You're coaching the whole entire team. I always say this in terms of when people running for office. When you're running for office, you're not the president of just your party. You're not the president of just the people who voted for you, right? When you are the president, or when you are a politician, or when you are a governor, and you win the race, you stop racing. The race is over. It is now about you. It is now about you leading everybody. You are the leader of the Cleveland Browns, not the leader of the offense, not the leader of the defense. You are the complete leader. And the thing that he talks about here is he's saying he's going out of his way to build a relationship with this guy. He knows exactly what he wants. And when you mix this thing in, when you take a look at what Malachi Corley had talked about, you take a look at what Quinshon Judkins is talking about, you take a look at what Todd Monken wants Shedeur Sanders to do. He's already met with these folks, and he's talking to these people like, look, man, Quinshon, we envision you being this type of back. We want you to go in the offseason and work on this. This is what we want to get to. This is very telling. And he said, I'm glad he says it. Remember when people try to act like I was going crazy? And I said, bro, I think it's kind of disrespectful that he can't even mention Shedeur Sanders' name. Remember I said that? Remember I told you that? I said, listen, I think it's disrespectful that when you ask about Kevin Stefanski, and Kevin Stefanski asked specifically about a player, because he thought some strategic goal and some strategic, competitive edge was to say nothing about anybody anytime. That makes you come off looking crazy. Because what's going to happen is, like, I want you to keep the same energy. Don't be bringing me in here for these peer reviews. You bring me in with the peer reviews. I done did everything you done asked me to do. I sat in here. Every time we sit up in here, we don't talk about nothing, but we talk about what I do. I ain't had no write-ups. I ain't have no bad appraisals. But the second it come time for the reward, the second it come time for you to show me how much I mean to the organization and the work I put in, you go out of your way to alienate me, to say some slick stuff, and to bring an HR lady in here who don't know my work ethic. I ain't never met her a day in my life because I show up and do my job, but she's sitting here so you don't get in trouble with compliance for not giving me the money that I done earned over the year. And this is the reason why the economy ain't messed up. It's the folks in charge messed up. And they convince every single one of you that the people that's running these corporations is the smartest ones. No, I would be rich too if you find out the way to just keep people's money. Well, I smoke alarm didn't turn into this. This is crazy. They're smart for a reason. No, they're crooks. How you think you get to be a billion? Listen, you guys got to understand something. This man is showing up, putting his body on the line. And part of it is this too. When Quinshon Judkins broke his ankle, it'd be so crazy. That's why I be getting salty. I'd be mad. Oh, he was okay. He wasn't that great. What? This man was carrying an anemic offense the whole season. But it get down to the end of the season and you want to generalize, he's okay. I'm telling you, sometimes I don't even want to do no podcast with nobody else because they be saying stupid stuff. Bring it back. Atlanta media not going for Kevin's messy ways. You was running around here, and it needs to be said. Half the reason Kevin's no longer here is because they found out what type of game he was playing. We don't play the double dutch, backstabbing type joints. This your best player. Does it seem like he like him?
Well, different coaches over the past couple years. Have you heard from your new head coach, Debunking, yet?
Bro, I have. And, bro, honestly, like, it's not what I thought it would have been. Like,
well,
when I say that in a good way.
What did you think it was going to be? That he's going to be like,
I thought it was going to be like the last dude that was here, that was walking around here saying nothing, throwing people under the bus, talking about, I need a real quarterback. How dare you? Why do you think, how dare you, sir? How dare you think that you thought we wasn't going to find you out? You thought we was not going to call that out? You've been throwing players under the bus for years around here, and it started way before this. And for those guys, listen, for those guys that like to always tiptoe around racial lines and, oh, it's the race thing. No, guess what? Baker Mayfield don't like him too. He can't wait to play him.
It was going to be like more so like, because my past coach, bro, he was like really even keel, bro, like super quiet. I thought I was going to get that from Coach Monken, but it wasn't that. Like he was like a real players coach, bro, like, you know, like, give me a hug, like all that, bro. So he was just super communicative of what he wanted from the team, what his goal is, what his objective is, what he want to come in and do. And, you know, he knows exactly what he wants and he has a vision. And I think that's what's important as a head coach and especially being vocal about it too. I think that's what matters.
I respect the Seahawks.
I think being vocal, that matters too, right? That matters too. There we go. All right, listen. I tell you what. One of the things that we're going to have to watch and we got to talk about here is this. The Cleveland Browns want something new. The Cleveland Browns, when we talk about hashtag New Cleveland, when we talk about that, the thing that we're talking about is a new energy. I want my coach to be in here understanding what it is that he wants, and that vision is to be put and sent and delivered and marinated and pondered on by his team. To be a leader, you have to let people know that I am invested in you, that I am invested in what you're doing, that this is a collaboration, that this is something that we are partners in. I need you. Come over and give me a hug, bro. I'm asking these players, I'm asking them to go out there and put their body on the line. I'm asking them to rehab their tail off. I'm asking them to put everything they got, and I want them to circle the rounds. You know what I'm telling my team? Half the people out there is turncoats. Half these people, there's some good Cleveland Browns fans out here, because I don't want to make it seem like all Cleveland Browns fans is the same. It's some good Cleveland Browns fans out here. There are some people that support the team, that's been supporting the team, that have put a lot of money, time, energy into this team, and it's going to ride with the brown and orange. It's some great ones out there. But it's also some ones that's been fair weather fans. It's some dudes out here that don't really want to see invested to see the Browns do good. It's just something to pass the time. They aren't really interested in winning. And I ain't even going to talk about the media. Let's talk about that. They into cashing checks. Because if they get a promotion to go somewhere else, guess what? They would be out somewhere else. See, the thing about this industry is everybody fancies themselves. I'm going to go big. I'm going to go to LA or New York or Boston. Hey, listen, I ain't trying to go to LA, New York, or Boston. I already got my dream job. I talk about the teams that I grew up in right here. I got my dream job. People say, you going to, no. I'm doing it myself, independent, and I get to cover the teams that I grew up and I care about. This is my dream job. So in that locker room, you got to let them know. And I'm going to tell a lot of players, it's a lot of them out here that don't want to see you win, that don't want to see you ball, that's out here covering you, rooting for other squads. So what you need to do is understand the only thing you got is them people in the room. You got a bunch of cast off. You got people that hey, think about it. You ain't the only one that said they got to go. Myles Garrett at one point in time that had to go. Shedeur Sanders at one point in time should not be on the roster, or Dylan Gabriel, or Deshaun Watson. Think about that. You done told everybody that they should be gone, yet and still they throw a whole funeral for the coach when he leaves. They got to go to calling hours. I think you got a raw deal. The second a player do something, get riddance. Well, listen, I'm going to just keep it a buck with you. You'll learn one day, Kevin Stefanski going to still have his beard. He's going to be in Atlanta, and he not taking you with him. So we got to figure out what you're going to do. Either you're going to cover the team that we here to talk about, or we not. And I hope these players come in and do their thing. I pray that them players come in and cook. Because what I want to see them do is I want to see the same faces, the people that talked about this being a dumpster fire, ain't nobody good, the coach, ain't, the GM. I want them same people to have to come around and sit on them airwaves and have to talk about why the Cleveland Browns was better than they thought, and why what they thought was a bunch of crap, and why what they thought was, don't they get excited now? But it starts today. It starts right now. And I like the fact that it's starting behind closed doors. New Cleveland is a thing. It ain't about, it's a mindset. Hashtag New Cleveland is a mindset. And it shows me Todd Monken wants to be here. I don't care nothing about nobody that don't want to be here. I don't care about the league, around the league. I'm not an around the league NFL type dude. I don't care nothing about around the league. You think I'm going to call other dudes for their opinion about what's going on around the league? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let's get to it. Let me see. I had something I was doing. I had something that we was talking about. We're going to get to this. Mock drafts. Mock drafts. This is what you came for. Now, here's how this works. I got to thinking. 2,100 people in here. Make sure you hit the like button. I got to thinking here, guys. Mock draft. when you talk about mock drafts, the thing that we got to understand is this can be very predictable or very unpredictable. And what I wanted to do is have an exercise today and talk about how to fact what we're looking at here with the Cleveland Browns. Take a look at it. Carnell Tate, Mekhi Lemon, Blake Miller, Jake Slaughter, Billy Schler, Jacoby Lane, Nicholas Singleton, Tyron Montgomery from John Carroll, Riley Nowakowski. I'm putting this up because I want you to show how this thing works. There is a lot of situations that could happen where the Cleveland Browns either going to get an opportunity to trade down, trade up. There's a lot of places and people that you may see. What I want to do is I want to do a couple of these mock drafts, and I'm going to do them with y'all live. And what we're going to do is we're going to go over a few scenarios. I think this is an exercise that we should do, and I think we should do these moving forward. They kind of get people indoctrinated with the names and to figure out what we're going, right? Let's take a look at this. Let's get to this mock deal. Let's see. Let's go ahead and share my screen. Let's share my screen. Let's share my screen. Here we go. I don't got sound on this, so I don't need to share it. Here we go. Can y'all see that? Yep, we can see that. Let's go. Let's go, fellas. Now, here's how we're going to do this. We are going to pick a mock draft. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go with wide receiver centric, right? So let's go ahead and set this mark. So let's go to, now when you set this up, there's 3 parameters, right? On the right-hand side, there's 3 bars that you can do this with. Care for positional value. Let's make all things equal, right? So we want to have position value. That's important, right? But we also want to have draft for needs. That's important too. So we'll take that and make that all things equal. And then randomness. The draft is random. Let's make it pretty random. Like, you don't know who's going to take, what they're going to happen. And I think that's going to be a thing for the Cleveland Browns. So you take a look at this. These are everything from care for positional, draft needs, and randomness, all things being equal, right? We are the Cleveland Browns. We're going to do a 7-round mock draft. Let's enter the draft. All right. So let's start the draft now. So the Browns are on the clock. Let's take a look at this. Let me make sure. Let me see if I can make this a little bigger so you guys can see. You guys see that a little better? That's a little better right there. So with the first overall pick in this mock draft, the Raiders took Mendoza. Arvell Reese goes off the board on the left-hand side. The Ohio State linebacker goes to the Jets. Francis Mauigoa, he is third off the board. He went third to the Cardinals. Jeremiah Love went fourth to the Titans. And then we have Sonny Styles fifth to the Giants. So now we got an opportunity. Let's look at it. The top rated guy on the board is Ruben Bain Jr. The second rated guy is David Bailey. Caleb Downs is on this board. He's still there. Now, you know what? I was going to go wide receiver heavy. However, seeing that on the left-hand side of my screen, Carnell Tate ain't gone. Jordan Tyson is not gone. Mekhi Lemon is not gone. Casey Concepcion is not gone. I look and I say, I got Ruben Bain on the board, David Bailey on the board, Caleb Downs on the board. So let's talk about it. You see this little trade button right here. The Carolina Panthers want to trade me the number 19 pick. Something tells me they want to get up and get one of these defenders. So let me click on this. Let me see who else want to trade. The Baltimore Ravens want to trade the pick Baltimore Ravens want to trade me pick number 45. We're not trading the division. Get out of here, Baltimore. Now, the Carolina Panthers at pick 19, they want to make a move. So they want to trade me number 19 for number 6. Now, if you look at the bottom of this right here on this screen, it says this trade is lopsided. Your team owner will veto it. Of course it is, because I'm not giving up the 6th pick for the 19. What I want to do, you going to give me a number 1 pick? I want their number 1 pick from next year. Let's see if they'll do it. Wow. So look at the green bar. This trade will likely be accepted. So Carolina wants to trade up from 19 to 6, and they will give me a first-round pick for next year. Well, this green bar is kind of high. Tells me I want something this year too. Let's see. You going to give me 51? No. See how it says this trade has a 33% chance of being accepted? They won't take it. Well, you don't want to give me 51. Can I have your 83? Oh, looky there. That's an 86% chance of getting it done. So now I already know right now I could get their 19th and the 83rd pick. So, and it's an 86% chance of them taking it. So let me see if I can just fleece them and get me something else. If I know that's what I can get at 83, let's go backwards. I really want that 51. Now, they say, no, they ain't doing it. But what if I give them something? What about these Minimowski picks in the back? Seattle, that only goes up to 34%. What if I give you Chicago's pick? That goes up to 37 pick, right? What if I want, whatever I want to take away those, and I say, okay, well, let me give you 144. What about 144 and 147? That's a 51% chance of them taking it. It's 50-50. I think I'm getting too greedy, and this is like Madden, so we're not going to do that. Let's just take and give me the 83rd pick, right? I want the 83rd pick and pick 199. Let's see if they take it. So just to keep in track, the trade proposal is that the Carolina Panthers want to move up to number 6. They're going to trade me this year's 19th pick, this year's 83rd pick, this year's 199, and a first-round pick. Let's see if they do it. Well, looky here. Willing and dealing G. Bush. Look how we got that done. G. Bush is a fleece master. Think about this. The Browns got pick 19, 83, 199, and a first-round pick from next year. Now, let's continue on to see what's available. Now, the goal is to have guys that are on the board still here that I can roll with. Let's see how you figure about it. Now, you take a look now. The Browns are on the board at 19. Now, let's see what we need. We need a wide receiver, a guard, and a tackle. I'm salty Monroe Freeling just went before us. So let's take the best available tackle on the board, Blake Miller from Clemson, right? Let me just see. Let's take the best available tackle. We ain't gonna get I would love Kenyon Sadiq. We could take the best available here. I'm gonna ask the chat. Y'all let me know. Do y'all want me to go best available, or do you want me to get the best available tackle? Y'all, they need an O-lineman. Y'all want that offensive lineman? Sadiq is good, man. Get the tackle. If I get one more person that tell me they want to tackle, there we go. Let's take the tackle. There we go. We done came to a consensus. Let's take the best available tackle, Blake Miller from Clemson. Let's take him. All right. Now we back on the clock. You see how G. Bush cooked? Now we back on the clock, right? We got our tackle at 19. Let's take a look at who's available on the board at 24. Look at Sadiq still there. McNeil Warren is a nice safety. We don't need a safety. Denzel Boston's on the board. Caden Proctor is on the board. Caden Proctor is on the board. I could move him to tackle, from tackle to guard. Casey Concepcion is on the board. Ooh. Caleb Lamu is on the board. We still got what y'all want to do. We open for business. Let me get back to the chat. Y'all got to come on now. Sadiq is available. Let's come on. Hold on. What you say? Take Sadiq. Look at what all you could do with Fannin Jr. Proctor. No Proctor. Best tackle. Take Lamu. Proctor. Proctor's gaining steam. I got another Sadiq. What y'all want? Sadiq all day. Sign the center, Sadiq. Tight end, Sadiq. We get one more Sadiq, we doing it. It's close. It's close. It's close. All right, we're gonna go Sadiq. We're gonna go best available. We're gonna go Sadiq. He's the best available on the board. We're gonna draft him. Brown's on the board. Oh, look how this works. Look how it works, boys and girls. We back on the board at 39. Guess what we got right here? Caleb Lamu tackle, still available. Still available. This is a no-brainer. If he's still there, you go up here, you turn in your card, and let's get it cooking. Let's talk. Where were you at? Yeah, we're going to run up there and take that. Lamu, another tackle. Uh-huh. Yeah, pick 70. Well, looky here. Now we still got, look at Brazel's on the board. Skylar Bell's on the board, but Brazel ran the 4.37. Let's see what else we got. Deion Burks, the speedster that we talked about in the draft. To me, this is a no-brainer here. I'm either going with Deion Burks or I'm going to go with Chris Brazel. Let's talk about it, chat. What y'all want to do? Brazel. What we going to do? Ooh, Burks is coming back. Burks. Brazel. Burks. Chat, what we doing? We're going to go with Brazel. We're going to go, listen, by the way, I like Burks. We're going to go with Brazel. Let's take him. Looky here. Looky here. Look at the way the Lord works. Look at the way the Lord works, Rosie. Guess who available on the board? Just sitting right there. Double up on him now. Crazy work. Crazy work. Look at that. Oh, we're drafting Deion Burks too. Oh, project stockpile. Let's take a look just to refresh. So far, look at this. Look at this. Blake Miller, tackle starting immediately. Kenyon Sadiq, best available. 2 tight end set, nightmare. Caleb Lamu, another tackle. Chris Brazel in the 3rd round. Deion Burks in the 3rd round. We still ain't done. Let's get back to the full draft. Where we at? We at pick 107. Guys, look at this. Oh, you already know who I want. Give me Billy Schlerer. We need a guard inside. Let's get another guard. We stockpiling. Let's go. We already stockpiling. We at pick 144. Boy, look at this. Look at this. Katron Allen is still available. Bo Stevens. Cade Klubnik is still hanging around. Look at this. Aiden Fisher is still there. It's a lot. Mill Wagner still there. A lot of dudes still available, but look, best available back. Nicholas Singleton on the board, best available. Let's cook. We got him. We're doing a lot now. Ooh, let's look at these players. You got tight ends available. Eli Reardon, I like. Bo Stevens is another guard. I like him a lot. We're just going to go with the best available. We're going to go best available lineman. We're not even going to think of it too hard. Best available lineman. Wow. Best available. Pick 199. Ooh, I like Kalen Black too. I like Kalen Black. Ooh. Oh, Tyron Montgomery. I got to take him because he just showed up at the combine. Let's see. Oscar Delp. We already got it. We could draft a fullback if we wanted to, but we're not even gonna do it. TJ Hall. Let's go with best available corner. I want a slot corner. We still got picks. I don't know how. We still got picks. Where we at? 248. We got one last pick. And here's what we're gonna do, because we're gonna get Dylan Gabriel up out of here. We're gonna get give me the best available. Let's see give me the best available quarterback. Let's see. We got a best available quarterback around here. Who's best available? No, that's a receiver. Who's the best available quarterback? Grayson James. It's bums down here. Caden Salter. Who y'all want? Y'all want best available? Daniels? Give me Daniels. The chat has spoken. Jalen Daniels. Boom. Let's get our draft results. This is why G. Bush is a fleece king. Let's see what the Cleveland Browns did, and let's see the grade. This is why I'm nice. B+ at tackle. Sadiq, A. Caleb Lamu, A. Chris Brazzell, A. Deion Burks, A. Billy Schlereth, A-. B- for Singleton. A. Austin Barber, A-. Tyron Montgomery, A. This is why. TJ Hall, cool, we'll take a C. Jalen Daniels, A. What does my grade look like? This is why we nice. You see what we doing right here? This draft ranks in the top 32% of all Cleveland Browns draft cards, according to PFF. Overall draft grade is A. What goes in, mock grades are based on 3 components: player positional value, team needs, and whether and when a player are picked compared to the big board position. And on top of this, look at what you were able to do with this draft pick. Look what you were able to do. You were able to get a first-round pick in 2027, an additional 3rd round and a 6th-round pick this year to bolster your offense, and you still have 2 first-round picks next year. You got your tackle. You got the other tackle. You got 2 tackles. You can possibly slide your boy we just got from Houston. Inside of it doesn't work. You have a swing tackle as well. Yeah, Titus Howard. Kenyon Sadiq and Harold Fannin Jr. are monsters running around. Monsters. You can't cover the middle of the field. Chris Brazzell, 4'3", 6'3". You got him at this in round 3. Deion Burks, one of the best. We've seen the tape over here. Billy Schlereth, a guard, multiple year starter. Mark Schlereth's son. Nicholas Singleton. We've upgraded at our running back position with Singleton, and now we got Quinshon Judkins. Barber is another tackle that you got right here. And Tyron Montgomery is just dominated Senior Bowl. We got a corner that could possibly slide in just in case we need somebody to do something in the slot. And then we got a quarterback that we want to build around that we think could take, not Shedeur Sanders, but we could take Dylan Gabriel's minutes. What y'all think? What you think? What you think? The algorithm, fleece master at work. Right now, hey, very impressive. Cooking. Look, look. I'm just saying. Project Stockpile is alive and well. Y'all want to do another one? You tell me. We got time to. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to. We'll do a whole nother one. We won't even take a trade. We'll take a best available. Let me know if you put a 1 in the chat if you want to run it back. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to run it back. 2 in the chat if no, you good. Yeah. No trades. All right, no trades. Let's run it back. Let's get to it. But that one right there was an 8. Listen, first of all, let me just be clear. If they let me get this off, y'all done lost your mind. No way. This is. I mean, you can't let me get this off. Come on, bro. This is. I don't know if this is realistic, bro. The Sadiq being there and then all these tackles. Sometimes that's the way the draft go. Let's go to a new mock draft. Now, let's do this. Let's go with less randomness, right? Let's go with less randomness. We want to see how it can play out. Let's go with less randomness. We're going to keep draft needs up there. Positional value is up there too, but a little less than draft needs, because we want to see what guys taking the best available. So let's do it like this. I want to try to make it more realistic. Matter of fact, bring randomness down here in one tick. Nah, it got to be a little random. Let's bring position value down a little bit too. So now it's cool. We could do it like this. Y'all want draft needs up? Okay, let's go to these draft needs. So let's get to this draft. Hopefully this is a little more realistic. All right. Let's go ahead into the draft. Now, mind you, we ain't gonna take no trades. We can't predict trades, and they got fleeced that last time. Nobody's doing trades with G. Bush no more. He's a fleece goodness. Boy, he did it crazy. Let's go ahead and start the draft. So let's get to it. What? I said less random. In this draft, did they trade this pick? Did the Jets trade for Fernando Mendoza? Or whatever. I don't care what y'all do. Arvell Weiss went number 1. Mendoza went 2. David Bailey went 3. Ruben Bain went 4. Jeremiah Love went 5. We are sitting here. This is the crazy part about it, because as you can watch, if this was to happen, now just to give you an example, this is devastating. And this may happen if the board doesn't fall that way. When you got Sonny Styles on the board at number 4 still, Caleb Downs still there, and Francis Mauigoa still there, look how many trades people want. The Chiefs want to trade the number 9 pick to get up. The Jets want to trade the number 16 pick to get up there. The Buffalo Bills want to trade the 26 pick to us to get up there to get one of these dudes. The Broncos want to trade 30. The Seattle Seahawks was like, oh, heck no, we need one of them. 32. Arizona Cardinals already picked. They want to trade the 34th pick. You see how it is? This is why we're trying to show y'all this, because, and by the way, we're not going to take the trades. We said we weren't going to do anything. We're not going to do that. However, do you see how the way that people are viewing this? look. Somebody said, let's do one more move. No, two more. So, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to play this to the cuff. The choices that we got, and I don't even think they're too crazy choices. Cardell Tate, did he come off the board? They don't even got him. Cardell Tate is at 10. We're going to go with the best available lineman. So we're going to just do it by the book, right? Browns shouldn't take Sonny Styles, but they could. Matter of fact, we might do one where we do best available. We'll do it close to the vest this time. Let's take Maui Noah. All right. So now you're back on the board. By the way, guys are still wanting to trade with you. 5 trades, but we're not going to do it. So now we got C.J. Allen, not a position of need. Cassius Howell, not a position of need. Omar Cooper, I'm not a fan of him being the coldest out there. Right? We need a receiver. We got Denzel Boston, Caden Proctor, or KC Concepcion. Those are the guys I think we should take at 24. Y'all let me know. Boston, Proctor, or Concepcion? What y'all think? Is Fano a right tackle? Boston, Proctor, KC, Concepcion, KC. Y'all want KC Concepcion, okay. KC, okay. Proctor's holding his own. KC. All right, we'll go with KC. This could give us a punt returner. He could play special teams. Right? All right. So far, I was hoping Caleb Lamu fell to us. He got picked one pick right before at 38 for the Texans. So we still on the clock. So we just took a receiver. I vote we should go with the best available. We got a tackle. We took a guard. What do you want to do? You want to take the guard from Oregon or the tackle from Arizona State? We get Pregnon. Y'all out of the tackle, who y'all want to take? Oregon tackle or Arizona State? Either for real, the guard. All right, let's go with Arizona tackle. Let's go with the Arizona State tackle then. Let's roll. Draft. Well, looky here. The Lord works in mysterious ways. Chris Brazzell is still posted on the corner. He's the number one. Oh, he's the number one. Do you want Brazzell or Deion Burks? Brazzell or Burks? Let me know. Brazzell or Burks? Brazzell. Brazzell got it. He got it. We're going to take the best available. Bow. Let's keep cooking. Oh, my goodness. I got to take him. I got to take Stribling. I just showed him, why are you here? I was going to take Billy Slayer. I was going to take him at guard at 106, but we're going to take another receiver. We might keep taking him. We're going to keep taking him. Nicholas Singleton is available. I like him at running back, but Devin Marshall is there. I'm going to let y'all choose. Dalen Bentley, the tight end from Utah, Singleton, or Marshall. What y'all want to do? These top 3. It's up to y'all. 135, 139, and 145. You still need another tight end to go with Harold Fanning Jr. It is not Sadiq level, but Singleton to me is going to be a very good running back in the league. In the Big Ten, if you watch him in Midwest, you know Singleton been a monster for a long time. And Devin Marshall. What y'all talking about? Singleton? Let me see. How big is that tight end? Let me see. He is, Where's his height and size? Where is it? You ain't got your height, bro. 6'4", 259. 6'4", 259 is the size, my good sir. What we doing? Marshall, Devin, Marshall, Bentley. Would love Singleton in the running game. Singleton. Tight end. Let me see. Marshall, Bentley. Tight end. All right, we'll go to tight end. We just said, oh, look how the Lord works. The Cleveland Browns is back on the clock, and Singleton is still available. Take him. Let me see what we got. Pick 205. We got two more picks. Tight end from Houston, a linebacker. Red Murdoch. What a name. I like this. Look, this fullback from Navy, I like him. Let me see. Xavier Harris. Spears. Do you see a name here that I know? Kobe Young. Roman Hemby. I like him a lot. I do like him a lot. Sturdivant. Our boy Jalen Daniels is still here. Oh, Taylor Green. No. We got to take him. I got to take him as a project. We're going to take him as a project. In the 6th round, we're going to take him. They got Jalen. And then Lorenzo Styles Jr. He ran a 4 something. Uh-oh. No trades this time. Let's see what they have us rated down here, right? So they wanted us to take Omar Cooper Jr. Man, I don't care what y'all talking about. Casey and Concepcion going to play return for me. Omar Cooper Jr., we seen his tape. We don't know if we feel that. But let's take a look at what we did, though. And no trades. Here's what we came out with. Boy, y'all be cooking. Boy, G. Bush. Maui Noah, A. Concepcion, a B. Tackle from Arizona State is an A. Brazel, A. Dejon Stribling, A. Talk about recreating your receiving core, big and fast and strong. Big and fast and strong. Super fast. Come on now. We got the tight end, B. Singleton, B. Taylor Green ran a 4.3 something. We'll take it with the C. Lorenzo Styles Jr., B minus. All I do is put up a work. This ranks in the top 52% of all Browns drafts. There's no trade downs. You see how we did that, boys and girls? This is how you cook with gas. There you go. That's 2 of them things. That's 2 of them. 2 of them. If you get this draft, look, you got a tackle, you got 2 tackles, project stockpile. You got a kick returner in Casey Concepcion and slot guy. Chris Brazel is these 2 dudes right here, Brazel and Stribling, let's go. You got everything you need right here. You want to develop in a quarterback that's going to get Dylan Gabriel up out of here, and this dude right here, Lorenzo Styles Jr. ran a 4.3 or 4.2 or something stupid. We're going to put him right in the slot. Hey. We got to figure out. We got to figure out this dude's name's Devin the dude. I don't know. These guys got to give me some markers for this. Green got a C because he's not good at quarterback, but they made him a tight end. Woo! Cooper is good. Hey, I'm just saying. Hey, I'm just saying. Beautifully. He said, no, run it back. Rosie, it's up to you. Hey, Rosie, it's up to Rosie. I'm going to give her, hey, listen, producer. Should we run it back one more again? This time going defense. All right, she gave me the thumbs up. We're going to run it back one more time. We ain't going to do it too much. We ain't going to talk as much as we did on this one. I think we will do this exercise as the draft comes up. We shall continue to do this. I think people like this. New mock draft. This time we going all defense. Let's go defense. Let's get stupid and silly. Right? So randomness, I don't know. What do you guys want? What do you want to prioritize the most? Positional value, draft for needs, or randomness? What do you want? What do you want? The trade back was listen, the trade back was crazy. The trade back was ridiculous. What y'all want to do by position? Absolutely about to create a legendary defense. Position, dig deeper. Position needs over randomness. Okay. All right, here we go. Position need over randomness. Position needs. Boom. Draft for needs is all the way up here. This is crazy. But we're going to do it. Time to draft the generational defense for the Cleveland Browns to make them the 85 Bears. Here we go. Next week, we will go with the Cardinal Tate draft. Cardinal Tate is easy. That draft plays out. We'll do receiver draft next week. I think we'll do this, throughout, and we'll just play with it. You guys seem to like this. All right, here we go. No trades. No trades. Let's see if we can create this generational defense. Let's start. Let's go. All right. About time the Raiders got their life together. Mendoza? Yeah, you up there. Arvell Reese. Now, this starting to look like a regular draft. Ruben Bain, Jeremiah Love, and Maui Noah, right? Well, looky here. Looky here. We got these 3 studs on the board. I'm going to give y'all the opportunity. We could take Sonny Styles and pair him with Carson Schlesinger, and good luck covering these dudes. Them 2 dudes in the middle of your field, sideline to sideline. Are you kidding me? Throw Devin Bush in there? Or you can go with the best pass rusher on the board and David Bailey and put him with Myles Garrett. Gee, Christmas. With Myles Garrett inside? Or you could just lock the secondary up. Denzel Ward, Caleb Downs. Come on, man. Come on. Grant Delpit. Come on. Tyson Campbell. Bro, how y'all want to move? How you want to move? We're going to make this defense crazy. Woo! This is tough. This is tough. Let me see. Styles, Bailey, strong safety. Styles, Bailey, Styles. They styling on him, styling. Sonny Styles has done it. He's done it. Y'all styling on him. I got to go with it. And the Cleveland Browns have started their domination in the 85 Bears. Sonny Styles is going off the board for the Cleveland Browns. Oh. Listen. Akeem Messidor. Look at this man. Overall pass rush grade of a 92.5. He dominated against Notre Dame. He dominated against Florida. Look at this man. This man is a monster. But we got Avion Terrell. I love him a lot too. You could put him at corner. It's not a position of need, but look at this cornerback. He's the top corner on the board. Good gracious. There's guys to be had. Cassius Howell, 81.2 pass rusher. He's available. What do y'all want to do? I like Messidor. He's a running partner with Ruben Bain. He's a monster. What y'all got? Let me see. Messidor. Messidor. Let me see. Need pass rusher. Messidor. Let's take him off the board then. Y'all, good luck. Good luck going against the Cleveland Browns. Let's roll. We ain't even tripping. All right. Defensive lineman Christian Miller. He's available. Good gracious, bro. D'Angelo Pounds. Linebacker Jacob Rodriguez. Let me see. Man, these dudes. What is this? It's 57. I might be able to still get him. What is it? He's a beast. How much he weigh? 6'4", 310 inside. We got to go best available, bro. We just not going to – we just going to go with the defense. Generational defense. What we talking about? Look at Zachariah Branch here. Look at Zachariah Branch. Boy. This is crazy. Do we got a corner in here yet? We ain't got a corner yet. Who's the best available corner? This linebacker, safety. Who are you? Kamari Ramsey. He's 21. He's an upgrade. We can go Ramsey, or we can still, at this late in the game, we didn't already stockpile the defense low key. We can go with, here's what I'm gonna ask y'all. We can still we can take this safety because your boy, what's his name? Ronnie Hickman is a free agent. They've tendered him. We could take the safety. We could take Zachariah Branch or Deion Burks, which I want to do. Which I want to do. I hope Martin Emerson returns, which I want to do. Let's go Burks. Burks, we got one for Burks. Let's go with Burks then. Let's go with Burks. Draft him. Okay. So we got a receiver. We need some receivers. We can't completely tank our draft stock, right? So we got a receiver right there. I like C.J. Daniels too. I like him. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take C.J. Daniels. We just did a review on him. I like him. So we got two receivers. Oh, our guy Bentley is there. You need a tight end. Unless, have we got a tackle yet? Oh, no, we're going to do this. Give me that tackle. Oh, this is crazy. Isaiah World. Le'Veon Moss. The tight end is there, but we got to be in the trenches. Isaiah World. Come back to the world. You now got two tackles. Let's go to 6th and 7th round. Let's see if we can find some gems in here. 6 or 7. Now, I like Oscar Delp. Big tight end was recruited by Todd Monken. Let's talk about it. We'll take him. That's a nice position for him at 6 and 7. And you still got Taylor Green in the last. Cole Payton, quarterback. Haynes King. I like Haynes King. He ran pretty fast at Georgia Tech. I like him. Tommy Castellanos. I like this tight end, Riley Nowakowski. He be doing work. He's a fullback type. I like him too. See if we see any other names in here. Jam Miller. We can go running back here because we didn't get another running back. So if y'all want to go running back, Taylor Green is the best available on the board. I really like him. I think in the 7th round, that's a steal. Haynes King is another steal if you want to talk about that. You can go Miller Moss. Y'all let me know. We're going to no quarterback. Y'all don't want a quarterback? Okay, cool. Quarterback. Y'all want a quarterback? QB. Y'all want to do the QB? All right, let me see. How y'all want to move with this? Oh, wait. Nope, no quarterback. We can go with, if you don't want to go the quarterback route, let's just go with, let's take this guy. Take a little tight end. I think you can work with him. What? Let's see what we did. Oh, y'all wanted me to take Ty Simpson. Nah, we cool. We ain't taking no Ty Simpson. But let's take a look how we did. Sonny Styles is a B+. Akeem Messidor, A-. Christian Miller is a B. Deion Burks, B+. CJ Daniels, B+. Austin Barber, A-. We ain't seen not a bad draft yet, G. Isaiah World, A-. Oscar Dutt was a C. Riley Nokowski, C. It's 6 and 7 round picks, man. What do you want us to do? B+. B+. Now, that's if you got crazy and just dipped out. That's if you just got crazy and wanted to just trip. You still got Sonny Styles. It's a damn good draft. Should have took Bailey. But I like the exercise. Let's stop doing this. I like that, man. That was fun. That was very fun. Let's get to our super chats. We like that. Let's get to them super chats. Mike Stephanie. G, I remember when you was a teenager, when I was a teenager, Cosby Show would go off. I couldn't wait for the next episode. I feel exactly the same way about the Barbershop. Keep up with the good content, man. Mike Stephanie, thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's a very big compliment because, y'all guys could be doing a bunch of other stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? And we've been here 2-3 hours. And the thing about it is I try to make it interactive. But the cool thing about it is it don't seem like I've been talking that long because I feel like I've been interacting with 2,000 people. So I truly appreciate that. That's a huge compliment. And I appreciate everybody who is part of the Barbershop family that comes in to enjoy and partake. G. Bush, how you feel about the clip of Jerry Jeudy and training together this offseason? See, Young Among, remember I mentioned you earlier. I told you we was going to get to it, right? The Jags are shopping Brian Thomas. We should trade the 24 pick and then grab a left tackle with the 6. I wouldn't have a problem with that. A lot of these trades and different things that you can see will have a profound way that you look at the draft because then you'll start to look at the draft and say, I'm going to have to figure this. Like you be like, oh, we can go a lot of different routes. Micah 3 Illuminati became a member today. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. And welcome to the family. P93 became a YouTube member. Thank you so much. We appreciate you and welcome you to the family as well. Miss Bell, so credible in the building. They got fired. That credible boy. So credible. It was so credible. It was incredible how quickly they got moved on. P. Rothstein, anybody Shedeur Sanders crazy work. Malik Willis couldn't even get to a Power 5 conference, and you talk about replacing a 5-star recruit college star with a career backup. Stop it. With 6 games, P. Rothstein. With 6 games played. But they want $40 million. Come on now. The real Night King. Geno has been ass. He's only had one good season. They had the number 1 pick for a reason. Let that sink in. Coach got fired. Max Crosby was traded. They're drafting a quarterback. And you're talking about Geno Smith comes in and looks at Shedeur Sanders as he can win that job. You better stop. I'm done with our local media. I'm listening to these delusional haters. I'm only listening to G. Bush and Tony Rizzo because everyone else is a liar and I'm sick of it. Lying is a harsh accusation. Sometimes I could think I'll say they're a little bit misguided, in their judgment at points. I think I would call it that. But I appreciate you pulling up G. Bush. Hey, look, I always tell people, always question, always do your research. We don't foster some sort of blind allegiance over here. I'm not infallible. I'm not above reproach. I'm not right all the time. I always tell you, you should listen to nobody 1,000%. If they if they spot on, and you've done your research and you understand, then by all means, if you agree, you agree. But I don't never blindly agree with nobody. Do your research, be real, learn, and do your homework. And then we could be wrong on certain things, but be always question. I ain't taking nothing. I ain't taking nobody's word for it. That's the way you're supposed to go about it. You know what I'm saying? So now we just showing desperation for content. My block list is growing fast. Beautifully blessed. I mean, man, I couldn't believe the Geno Smith though. The Geno Smith is wild work. The Geno Smith is wild work. A little bit. We couldn't do that today. Negative consequences. Relying on pipe dreams can lead to a destructive sense of failure when the fantasy crashes against reality, resulting in chronic disappointment. Oh, that was deep. Like, when you start going for these Hail Marys, there's a level of desperation. One of the things that I taught me is dating apps is like that, because dating apps give you instant gratification. See, sometimes when you looking and you're in a place where you're lonely and you may be getting over a heartbreak, the quickest thing to do is just get on a dating app and you can swipe left or right. Oh, I like that person. Oh, this person's cute. Oh, that person looks nice. I'd like to meet that person. That don't work in real life, bro. Like, you start to realize, bro, I keep going on 1,000 first dates. And you're going on 1,000 first dates because the dopamines is always there. It's a new person. It's interesting. You're at a different restaurant. You're meeting somebody for the first time. You're having a conversation. Your dopamines is going off. You're thinking about all the good things you think about this person. None of the stuff that comes with the downside of knowing somebody and getting used to them. And you just continue to be a habitual dater. That's the thing about Cleveland Browns fans in the media and in this town. It's a spike in your dopamines. It's talking about something that the NFL has told you is important. It's almost like giving you dessert. It's a bunch of chocolate cake every single day, cheesecake every single day. And you talking about and imagining Josh Allen with the Browns. What if Lamar Jackson was here? What if it was Geno Smith? And then you get to the point, it don't even be good food. You just allergic to sweets. Ain't even cheesecake. You just eating candy bars now. You done devolved and just put teaspoons of sugar on everything. You're like, bro, it's Geno Smith. You laugh at Geno Smith, just like you laugh at Kenny Pickett. And those are the guys you're bringing it? No, bro, you're just addicted to talking about things that ain't gonna matter, bro. That's not happening. G. Bush, Cleveland media is disgrace to Cleveland. Hey, I think we are being diminished. And guess what? I'm part of the media. I would love to be diminished. I would love nothing more than to have a franchise quarterback and the Browns are good and we need to figure out a way to get to the Super Bowl. We know that we're a perennial playoff team. We know that we can beat teams in the regular season. I want a particular place where we get to where we know who the coach is, we know who the quarterback is, and we just trying to get to the Super Bowl. That is boring. I want boring because boring is success. I don't want to be sitting here talking about new quarterbacks every 5 minutes. Why do you think we went through the draft? I would rather talking about draft guys that I can get other than talking about quarterbacks who are pipe dreams. I would like us to all be diminished. Same Suki. We headed towards a flawless victory. Flawless. Perfect. Yeah, man. 13-0. 13-0 going into the draft too. Better yet, how does a QB that had no reps do better than the quarterbacks that had all the reps on the first team all line? But somehow he's got to come out doing worse. Thank you. And the part that they tell on themselves is this. I'm going to give you a heads up. A lot of them are not even interested in seeing if he can play. See, the goal from the get-go was to stop him from even getting a chance to show what he can do. Remember all the comments? If he plays and if he gets in, it's going to be 6 times worse than Dylan Gabriel. Remember all that? Remember when Kevin Stefanski took him out, didn't even let him play in the preseason game after the Rams game when they said he's running backwards? Yeah, you wanted to cement that in everybody's mind. He was running backwards. Remember all that? Remember they talked about that for 6 months? And then when he had an opportunity to lead a team and lead a drive, he takes him out to put in Huntley, who's got cut the next week. Why would you play Huntley and he got cut the next week knowing he was going to get cut? Because it wasn't about playing Huntley. It was about keeping Shedeur off the field. By the way, old dogs don't find new tricks. He found a way to do it in the Titans game when it mattered. He still took him off the field to run a wildcat reverse throwback pass to a guy that, and Quinshon Judkins is not a quarterback. You got a man. Well, if it would have worked, you guys wouldn't have said it didn't work, you dummy. Kind of stupid noise is that? That just goes to show you ain't drew up a play in your life. If I'm a defender and I'm playing, and Shedeur Sanders is out here cooking me for 365, walking up and down the field, putting the ball on the money, dropping dimes in the snow, do you think I want to see Shedeur Sanders on the opposite side of the field, or I want to see a running back throwing a backwards pass? Idiots. You calculator pocket Palm Pilot dudes get on my nerves. Y'all ain't even that smart when it come to math. You just make up stats. Some of us went to business school. I ain't say no names. I ain't say no name. Just keep it moving. Gee, I'm in South Florida working for a few months, and every Dolphin fan I talk to that find out I'm in Cleveland say they love 12. P. Rossi. There's Ravens fans, Steelers fans, Cardinals fans, fans in Africa, fans in India, fans in Ireland, all watch the Barbershop, all around the world. They love him. That's the part that people is starting to slowly change. Like, guys, come on, man. These ain't just fans of the Browns. Black Angus, best thing Browns to do is to play Shedeur for a competition. If he balls, we found a quarterback. If not, they'll be positioned to get another one. These talking points are noisy gongs and clanging cymbals. You know, it's crazy. It's like, look over there. It's a blue dolphin. Like, come on, man. You guys knew you knew well you weren't gonna get no quarterback like that. And to be truthful, they're not even interested in giving him the requisite. They actually hope some of the stuff they say that Andrew Berry will do, because it'll handcuff the quarterback and won't give him a legitimate chance to show what he can actually do, because they're not interested in seeing that. No, there would be no other reason why you would say get rid of Deshaun Watson, because they get rid of him so you have less cap money to go get offensive linemen and receivers. The only reason you want to do that is because you want to get Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders off the books. But you guys aren't that smart. I don't know why you feel like you playing three-dimensional chess. You know, it's so funny. One of the best scenes in Game of Thrones is when Tywin Lannister, the matriarch, or the patriarch, sorry about that, of House Lannister, is the hand of the king. His grandson, Joffrey, is the king, a young king, a petulant king that doesn't know what he's doing. And his mother, Cersei, who's also a petulant child who thinks she's smarter than she is, does not know how to control the king, and she's out here playing, she thinks she's playing three-dimensional chess. Tywin Lannister tells her, you know what? It ain't the fact that you think that I don't put you in the throne, or why you think I don't put enough responsibility in your table, is because you're a woman. Ain't got nothing to do with it. It got to do with you think you smarter than you are. It's the most dangerous person in the world. The most dangerous person in the world is a person who believes they're smarter than everybody, because that means that person has too many blind spots. Instead of double checking the list, looking and figuring out if it's faulty before you say it, do the research, and then still have a little bit of error, you're like, listen, I don't know. Look, if I'm the prediction guy, right? Now watch this. This is how people fall into a trap. I just said I'm the scorekeeper. See, a lot of y'all would go out there and mess yourself up, because then you would start trying to predict everything. What did I tell you when it came to the coaching search? I don't know what they're going to do. I'll just wait and see. What did I tell you when it comes to the draft? I don't know what they're going to do. Browns could draft anybody. They trade back, do all. You know why? Because I don't know. Those are the people that survive. You do that, because what will happen is you'll start arguing just to be right. Don't do that. Don't do that. Ms. Bell, who'd fire someone that they owe millions? My dog has to bark for his keep. Deshaun Watson will have pom-poms cheer for me before I let him sit at home talking to talk. Why would you? First and foremost, you know, just because you aren't good does not mean you can get rid of somebody's salary. He didn't turn out to be good. He had injuries. It's part of the game. Continue to move on. What good does sending him home do? The reality of the situation is that thought process, it's just a level of arrogance to even say that. That's a level of, I'm going to show you I'm in charge. What do you mean? You're not in charge. You're not. What good does being punitive at that way do anything for you? It just doesn't. It's extremely obviously who's doing these for clicks and views. This ish is getting beyond ridiculous. Silly season. At least we don't have to be raged about it. We can laugh and have fun about it. Just, no harm, no foul. Grown man bars are something you got to deal with. All the media hating don't equal up to this G. Bush real ish. Dom DeMarco. Damn. Like that. Shout out to Jay Black, by the way. These little film reviews. Shout out to Jay Black. And by the way, 50 Cent and the T.I. beef. Hey, 50, bro, you got to come with some music. The whole family's on your head, bro. And I told you about that boy Damani. He's rapping like a young J. Cole right now. He's not playing with y'all. Good gracious. That boy Damani just dropped another one. You letting King? Don't let Major get out. This is crazy work. Dr. Green, media started to change their tone. You were right, G. Bush. They're starting to come around little by little. Dr. Green, you have no choice. Always remember. Now, I used to study politics. Not in terms of, let me get this straight. Not in terms of, Republican and Democrat. I used to study the way politics was done in this country. I went to Buckeye Boys State. We did a simulated government. I'm interested in the way the political process happens. And one of the things that we talk about is when you got to have the political capital or the political currency to do certain things. If you're a new person on Capitol Hill and you think you're about to come in and change the world, you're not, because you're not going to vote alone. You're not going to vote outside of party lines. The only time you're going to vote outside of party lines is when it becomes politically a poison pill. A la somebody in your party did something so crazy that you can't even stand next to it, because everybody is generally overwhelmingly say, no, you can't do that. So this is the same way this works. Nobody will remember in March how many quarterbacks we threw out. That's the calculus. People have short attention spans. The only thing that matters is 1 or 2 weeks. So they can throw out any name, but then they could change the tune right when it gets to time to start playing football. When it becomes painfully obvious, you know what's going to happen. You do understand why we getting here. If the Browns keep the same quarterback and start winning, it exposes Kevin as a real issue. But if they switch quarterbacks, they can blame bad quarterback play to protect Kevin and keep the narrative, oh, boy, you cooking. You see how y'all cooking? What they don't want to deal with, and here's one thing that they have to deal with, is this. If The Cleveland Browns kept Shedeur Sanders, and the Cleveland Browns kept Deshaun Watson, and the Cleveland Browns kept Andrew Berry, and the Cleveland Browns kept Jerry Jeudy, and the Cleveland Browns, they even Dylan Gabriel's still here. Who's the only person that's gone? Well, we don't even need to answer that. So Mike, the Cleveland Browns think he was the problem? I'm just saying. Maybe they thought Deshaun Watson was bad because of who was his coach? I'm just saying. Don't pay any attention to little old G. Bush. I just talk. Dr. Green saw Shedeur working out with Jeudy. When he done, tell him to drive down the road to get some work with Burrow. You know, so funny. Nowadays, you're going to see a lot of other people. You're going to see a lot of other receivers getting to Texas or wherever they at. You're going to see a lot of other dudes. And this is what I like about Shedeur. Keep doing your thing, young man. The players will tell you who the starter is. I keep going back to the Game of Thrones. Tywin Lannister, the hand of the king, very wise man, told somebody, I'm the king, he said. A man who has to tell everybody he's the king is no king. A person who has to say that they're a leader means they have no leadership. A person who lives and walks in it. The people choose you. The people choose their king. That's how it happens. You can have an army. You can have all of that. But if the people support you, ain't not an army going to do nothing with you. Because when them people come to the walls, they're going to say, oh, no, you're not about to get in our kingdom. This is our king. We all together. But if you treat your people bad, if it's famine, if it's poverty, if you execute people in public, why you think that they had to give them the gladiator games? It's a beautiful distraction. The people choose who their leader is. It's the same with a football team. Go ask the rest of the starters who they think it is. I ain't heard somebody say Dylan Gabriel yet. I ain't heard nobody say Deshaun Watson yet. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just G. Ms. Bell, G. Bush and Tyvis called it. You both said better. You said with better coaching, Jeudy would come around. I had him on the next thing smoking hints. Why I'm a member. See, we said that. Yes, said it. Now you're gonna get an opportunity to see who it is. You get an opportunity to see who's talking about what. Because now Shedeur Sanders is stamping it like, oh, I'm gonna make sure you eat. Out on the prowl. Shedeur is the avatar for a group of people his haters don't care for. Also, the quarterback replacements are all black. So as the preempt being called on that out for that basis. Well, man, listen. People, I always tell people will use who they want. Look no further than Dylan Gabriel. They used him like a human shield. Actually, it's nasty work how they did him. See, this is what you got to understand about the media. They'll build you up and they'll tear you down in the next second. Dylan Gabriel was used as a blocking tool. He was just the person that was supposed to keep Shedeur off the field. So then what do? You got to make him you got to inflate his ability. You got to juxtapose what he does based on what another dude don't do. You build him up he's a supercomputer, everybody talking about it. And then all of a sudden, the same people that told you all of that, wrote all of them articles, is now telling you they need to cut, trade, and get Dylan Gabriel out of here. Really? What changed? I didn't think Dylan Gabriel was good. I told you that. Even I didn't say cut him. See, but you got to understand, they weren't trying to be fair. That wasn't an intellectual argument. That was a block argument. So now, there's egg on my face because guess what it looks. Here's what happens. If you preach for Dylan Gabriel and he's still on the roster, it's a reminder of what you said prior. It's a permanent reminder that you told us this. So now you want him to be gone so we can imagine it never happened. Kind of like imagining we didn't know he threw for 360 yards. We didn't see that. Monroe Freeling at number 6. I like Monroe Freeling. I like it. Miss Bell, hey, Sean King and Shedeur did this without you telling him. By the way, let's be clear. We said it's tongue in cheek. Let me tell you something. I got to throw this out here. Shedeur Sanders don't need no advice. Let me just keep it real. He don't need no advice. Let's not act like his dad is not plugged in, is one of the greatest to do it. Let's not act like he don't got access to Emmitt Smith. He don't have access to Marshall Faulk or Warren Sapp or Michael Irvin or Tom Brady. Let's not act like see, this is the thing. Sometimes I don't be liking that. Don't strip this man's medals like he don't know. You don't listen. Let me just tell you, any quarterback coach, Shedeur Sanders got access to him. Any quarterback that done something in this league from Steve Young to he got access to him. The best trainers, the best thoughts. Listen, his father is one of the greatest athletes of all time. Why do you feel like you got to give him some sort of, I don't know, media training or advice or, bro, he don't need no advice, bro. He understands exactly what he's supposed to be doing. Because guess what? He down there working out, getting his money off. He don't need me to tell him that or nobody to tell him that. Put the work in. He know what type of time we on. Unless you're getting a first next year, I don't want trade back. So we need to trade up, and this time, a fixed offensive lineman and Jeremiah Smith next year would be fire. I ain't got, listen, I'm fine with standing right there and taking a person too, saying so. I'll do it. Let's do it. Sassy Southern Creations, ATL. Good morning, G, Rosie, and the new Cleveland crew. We appreciate you, Sassy Southern Creations. Shout out to the ATL contingency. The BET Awards. Esquire Awards. They're not playing with you down there. Get it together, Kevin. Mock draft time, Dr. Green. We appreciate you. Dr. Green, Reggie Virgil. Put it on the tape. Texas Tech wide receivers. He's still late in the draft. The brother is smooth. You're going to like him. We got to go check him out. We will take all suggestions. You know, we go back to the tape and we go look at that. G. Bush for the Browns GM. A+ draft. Kaiserman 12 Browns. Would be a massive if we can get a first round next year. Listen, I told you. We fleeced them. Who did we fleece today? We fleeced the Panthers. Trade down by far would be the best option to 9 through 20. I agree. We fleeced them. We got a first round pick. We got picks this year. That first round fleecing is going to go down in barbershop history. Barbershop history, that fleecing is going to go down. Shedeur Smith. Hey, G. Bush, do you think it's out of pocket to want Sonny Styles for the number 6 overall? We did that too. We took Sonny Styles in one of our mock drafts. He's a one in a lifetime player, Hall of Fame potential. He makes our defense be top 5. We went that route. Hey, listen, depending on what they do, it wouldn't matter to me. Carson Schlesinger, they picked last year. I didn't know who Carson Schlesinger is. I said, I don't know who this is. This is why it worked. Carson Schlesinger is a monster. So I'm going to just sit back and watch like y'all and see what they do and how they going to move, because there's a lot of ways they can go. Chef Shay says, G. Bush, I'm watching from the beginning. I'm like an hour in, but Shedeur, when Shedeur win the job and go back to number 2, the world would be on fire. Oh, he might. I got a hunch that might be in the works. Remember, Boog asked me specifically at number 2, Diddy truck. Save time and money on your next truck rental. Nationwide with Diddy Truck. Compare prices from companies like U-Haul, Penske, and Budget at the same time. That's Diddy Truck. Go to diddytruck.com for more information. I don't know if I did that correctly, but shout out to Diddy Truck. You know what I'm saying? We listen. We ain't no haters, man. We'll let you know. We'll put that commercial out there too. We will promote. Appreciate you. Mr. Grimble. I think his free agent quarterbacks will not come to Cleveland because they respect 12 position. Only quarterback coming to Cleveland will be a draft pick. Geno Smith, Kyler Murray, CJ Stroud, Richardson ain't good. They've been trash. Yeah, I think more. We kind of projected that when we took a late round quarterback in the draft. But other than that, yeah, come on now. You're not about to do that. We're not about to get none of them dudes. CC Clark 8280. Real talk, I trade Caleb for 12 in a heartbeat. See? People, I think you're a Dallas guy too. You talk about the Cowboy. Look, I'm telling you, the Browns could be open for business. And we fleeced a couple of people. This is so tiring. The Cleveland media keeps pushing anyone but 12. Everyone with the IQ of a gnat knows Jimmy is not getting rid of his ATM number 12. Also, 12 being quarterback 1 is good for business. Miss Melanated, we let people eat. We let them live. We let them live. Just content. How we always talk about, the people always ask me, I always tell you, they say, G. Bush, how is your life behind closed doors? You work with all these people. I said, bro, this is like being an industry rapper. An industry rapper, people be running around and their music, they be shooting up their terror, shooting up places, selling bricks and drugs off the iPhone. They know the plug. They know Sosa himself. They got the goons. They affiliated. And then you see them in church on Sunday and they be like, man, praise the Lord, G. Bush. Hey, listen, they put that little money right in the collection plate. You'd be like, bro, I thought you was a certified dog. Bro, this is industry. My relationships are great. It's just all content. You gotta learn that. All content. With that being said, we appreciate you guys hanging around. We appreciate you. We had a little fire alarm. But I thought this was a very interesting show. If you love the show this week, let us know. By the way, Rosie, do we have a super chatter today? Super chatter today is brought to you by Diddy Truck. Right? Let's go. Let's see. Super chatter today. Go to bushlinebeauty.com if you want this shirt. You can get this Nike shirt. We've sent all the rest of them. If you want this, go to bushlinebeauty.com. Bushlinebeauty.com. It goes to P. Rothstein. Anybody but Shedeur narrative and crazy work. Malik Willis could even get to a Power 5 conference, and you're talking about replacing a 5-star recruit, college star, with a career backup. Stop it. P. Rothstein, we appreciate you. We will send this out. Hit us up at fifthdimensionmedia1@gmail.com, fifthdimensionmedia1@gmail.com, and we will get your size, your information, and where we can send this to so we can get that out to you. If you want the shirt, you can go to bushlinebeauty.com. And if you want to advertise, we do got some partners coming up. Shout out to our partners. We're working on some things. But as always, one of our big partners, we got to put them out there. Let me make sure I get this down. One of our partners, we just renewed our relationship with them. And shout out to them. And we keep it a buck. Let's go. Where we at? Here we go. And of course, the Barbershop is sponsored by Phenomenal Barbershop. Call my man Jason, 216-385-8861, 216-385-8861. Phenomenal Barbershop, located at 11827 Detroit Avenue, Lakewood, Ohio, 44107. People always ask me, G. Bush, where you get your hair cut? I always got to tell them I get it done, and it's in a phenomenal way. Go to Phenomenal Barbershop. Jason, big Browns fan, season ticket holder. And by the way, congratulations. He got like 2 or 3 beauty salon now too. So he got about 2 or 3 beauty salons. So check out my man Jason. You want to know where you get your cut. Private appointments, bookings, he get it online and get it done. Go to Phenomenal. With that being said, you never know what G. Bush might show at radio, television, internet, but you want a fresh cut on sports? Make sure to keep watching the Barbershop because I keep the Clippers with me. Have a good rest of your evening. And as always, you know what it is. You know what it is. Go Browns.